We're already having technical difficulties. I'm not even 10 seconds into said show, right? I'm sorry, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, my twisted family. Okay, here's the thing. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I worked very hard on that opening. Funny enough, my opening and closing, ooh, we got to turn that off. That's not okay. Were the first two times. Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. There's been a lot going on, right? I can't literally make this shit up, all right, if I tried. Actually, my opening and closing were my first and second time ever actually editing a video in any way, shape, or form. And I did it entirely myself. And I was very proud with the outcome. I've watched, other people who have tech in their background. My hair is just not cooperating. I'm sorry. I was outside with my daughter and running around and roller skates and bicycles, and the kids are playing. So I'm like, my hair is a disaster at the moment. So, but I was mom lifing it, so I don't really care. But yeah, so that was my first and second try ever doing any sort of editing. As you guys know, I do live streaming. I don't really do long form videos like they are. And I apologize. I am wearing my glasses and the light is reflecting, and I'm trying to find a way around that, but I haven't been successful finding a way off the light not reflecting on my glasses. I had to take my contacts out. It was my last pair. I need a new pair. I have to go 45 minutes away to get them. They're not in yet. And so I had to put my glasses on because I am a blind bitch if I don't have something in my eyes. So today I am library style wearing my goddamn glasses. And I apologize for it sort of just reflecting. The light's reflecting. All right. So I think it's funny. I forgot to silence this. See my brain today. I'm like, it's still in mom mode, right? Been outside all day with my daughter, and I'll tell you the fun story real quick because I was supposed to do a live stream earlier. I was rocking and ready to, make the thumbnail and do all this stuff to get on here with you guys. And some shit happened while we were outside. So I was outside with my daughter, and I live on a street that has streets on either side. And I have a fence that goes all the way around my yard. My entire yard is fenced in. So I can go this side of my fence to my street or this side of the fence to the street next to me. Right. And so we're friendly with a lot of my neighbors, as I really have been anywhere I've lived. And our kids play together. We hang out as adults. We watch, the Bruins game or the Red Sox, or just, my neighbor has a really nice porch that we can sit right there on our porch and watch the kids, and they're riding their bikes and playing with chalk and doing all that kid stuff, right? And we have a little basketball hoop set up on the pole there to play with the kids. And so we're out there. I'm letting my daughter play as we usually do on a weekend. And my neighbor was kind enough to let her neighbor, the person who lives next to her, he was moving out or was evicted. I don't know. I think he moved out before he was evicted. Either way, he was moving out. And so she allowed him to keep some of his stuff on her front porch because it's covered, and it's in totes or whatever. This was like 2 weeks ago. And she was like, all right, you have a week. You can leave it there, but then I need it, off my porch, right? It's been 2 weeks. And, the guy almost every day is coming over and asking for food. And yesterday it was him bringing his cat over there and saying, I can't have the cat anymore. Can you keep it on your porch? No, you can't keep a cat in a carrier on a porch, right? Like you can't do that. That's inhumane. So my neighbor's like, no, we can't do that. And she has a dog, right? So she's like, she has a basement. So she's like, I have, we can keep the cat separated from the dog, and one in the basement, one in the house. There's a door, obviously, in between. And hopefully when people are going in between the basement and the house, the animals don't cross. So she offered him that. Now, this guy apparently was living in the basement. So, I just have to throw this out. This is hilarious, by the way. Yep, second rate. I'll definitely take that. If I'm second rate, some of the people who have more viewership are fucking sixth. Beat it, dude. I'm not doing trolls tonight. I have absolutely zero, and I mean zero, tolerance for trolls. after the day I had. So anyway, the guy was apparently like moved out of his apartment and was like sleeping in the basement, like mattress on the floor style. So we see this cab come down the street. It comes 3 times, all while this guy comes outside, right? 3 times within a couple hours. Once this morning and twice this afternoon. Now, right before it came the 3rd time, the guy had asked my neighbors to hold on to his money so he could move, I guess, whatever the reason. And so my neighbors are like, sure, whatever. So he comes and asks my neighbor, like, oh, hey, I need a little bit of that money. So my neighbor starts figuring out what the hell's going on here. You can't pay for food. Can't pay for a storage unit for your belongings. You're living on a mattress on the floor in a basement in a place where you were supposed to be out of. You're out of the apartment itself, but you're still in the basement. And my neighbor starts putting together what the hell's going on, right? And my neighbor's like, tells me and his wife, like, if you see a cab, a van cab come down the street, tell me. And we're like, why? And he's like, just tell me, right? So we're like, all right, we're sitting on the porch, and my neighbor gets up to go in the house and get something, and she sees it coming down the street, right? And she's like, hey, here it is. It's coming, right? It's coming down the street. And so he's like, I fucking knew it. And so we're like confused. We're like, what the hell's going on? And he's like, he's buying drugs. And we're like, oh. He's like, he's not getting in the cab, right? The guy comes, drops something off, turns around and leaves. He never gets in the cab. He doesn't go anywhere with the cabbie. And he's asking me for money right before it. Now, you don't need weed every 2 hours, so it isn't weed. And they give him weed. So there'd be no reason you'd be buying weed, right? So now all of our kids are playing on the street, right? Because we live in a neighborhood, small neighborhood. It's not like main roads. The kids can play right there in the street. And we live on dead end roads. So mine and hers, they're both dead end streets. So we're like, what the hell? Like, so, you know, my neighbor, he comes, walks out to the street and sort of flags down the cab. And he's like, listen, you need to leave. Our kids are here. You're clearly selling drugs. Like, you need to go. I've already called the cops, right? So the guy turns around and leaves, right? Now the neighbor comes over, the guy who's living in the basement, and he starts apologizing. First he denies it, then he starts apologizing. And we're like, dude, you're keeping your stuff on their porch outside. You got your cat in their basement. You're asking them for food every day. You've spent probably at least $60 today alone. You could have put your stuff in storage or had somebody house your animal. And now you're doing this shit in front of the kids. Like, come on. So at this point, my neighbor's like, no, F this, takes the license plate down, calls our local PD. Our local PD comes out, although I think a little hot, you know, they came like 3 or 4 cruisers. No need for a call like that. It's not like we're like, hey, there's, you know, violence happening, right? My neighbor called and told them what happened and gave the license plate over the phone. Whatever, they still came. They came 3 cruisers. Talked to them for a few minutes. They said, you know, they'll keep a lookout for the van, but it's a cab. So it's like, okay, cool. You want to sell drugs? Cool. Maybe don't be so effing blatant about it right in front of children. I mean, it's not like we're talking about 1 or 2 kids here. We're talking about an entire neighborhood of 2 and 3 streets of children playing together on the road with rollerblades, scooters, playing basketball, chalk, all the things we really did when we were kids, right? So I'm like, oh, fuck, like, oh, this is like, you know, now I have to usher all the kids into her backyard where the gate is while they're there. We don't want the, you know, kids seeing the cops. And so I got to bring all the kids in the backyard and make sure that they're not, you know, whoa, what's going on? What's happening? None of your business. You're a kid. Play with your chalk. Play with whatever you're playing with. You know, they got swings in the backyard and stuff. So they're just, you know, playing, and I'm keeping them back there. Finally, they leave, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, this is my, like, you couldn't make this shit up if you tried. I feel bad for a neighbor because my neighbor was just trying to be nice. You know, the guy was like, I just need a place to put my stuff, and can you watch my cat? And my neighbor's like, you know, sure, I've been on hard times before. I get it. And that's what you get for being nice, right? It's what my neighbor basically got spit in the face for being nice. And so hence why I was not here earlier. I was outside, you know, ushering with the kids and dealing with this scenario that happened. I feel bad for my neighbor, you know. It's terrible. When I feel like it, Terrence, when I feel like it, because it's my show. And if I want to talk about something else for 52 hours before I talk about the Turtleboy drama, then I fucking will. I have no patience for the nonsense tonight. I will tell you that firsthand. I'm explaining to my audience that's here daily, who watches me daily, why I wasn't here earlier as I was trying to be. So if you don't want to hear that part, you can bounce yourself out. Thank you. I appreciate you. Well, here's the thing, right? Unfortunately, there are creators that are just bold-faced lying to you guys. They have more information than they are giving, and I'm going to give it to you, right? I'm going to give it to you. Now, here's the thing. Oh, you're totally welcome, Jackie. You're totally welcome. I gave the 10 gifted memberships that I have per month to you guys over the last 2 days that I streamed before today. And obviously 10 people got them. So you're totally welcome. So I think, and here's the funny part, right? Me and Koala, Chris, are sort of on two different sides of believing in certain things when it comes to Karen's case, right? Right. But I think what we showed to people, and what's easy to show to people, is just because two people believe something very different on a case, right, does not mean people need to be tearing each other apart and tearing each other down. This whole us versus them, everyone needs to hate each other because Turtleboy told you to, he made it that way on purpose. If anybody else covered the case, this level of anger and hate and animosity would not exist. He's just a very hateful person, a very vengeful person, a very petty person, a very egotistical person. That is who he is as a human, okay? And so all these other creators, the Glare, even Jess Machado, they want to sit there and they want to lie to you, right? Well, to be fair, most of the people who have watched me for long enough know that some of this stuff is not actually news, because I've been telling you this was going to happen for an extremely long period of time. And I told you exactly how it would happen. And I told you exactly who would be involved. Why? Because I know this pattern. I've watched him do it over and over and over and over. I have many of his victims that come to me. Obviously, not all of them. And if that's the case, right, not all of his victims come to me, then I am seriously concerned about the amount of victims this guy has. Because just the level amount of them that come to me alone is a huge amount. So imagine all the ones that haven't stepped forward or didn't go to anyone, right? They didn't feel comfortable enough, right? I've had people from Free Karen Read and people from the anti-Free Karen Read side both come to me as victims of Aiden. Why? Because he likes to lie, and he likes to lie a lot. Why? Because he has to cover his own ass, right? He has to cover his own ass. And this is the exact same scenario he did with the wiretapping, which was deny, blame someone else, do the whataboutism. Well, what about what Flip Ahead did? What about what this person did? This person bad, this person bad, this person bad, this person bad. And that is what he does. He doesn't care if he has to add lies into it. It's often what he does. Many times he's actually manufactured receipts so that you guys will believe him, right? And so when people say to me, he always brings receipts, I have to laugh. Because no, he doesn't. He literally manufactures them. And in some instances has brought them into a court of law and passed them off as real to harm someone else, simply because A, they didn't lie for him, B, they knew something they shouldn't, and he didn't want to get caught. So his way of some petty revenge was to try to file false charges on someone and then manufacture the evidence to prove it, because it was already false. So he had nothing to prove it. So he had to, do you guys understand what I'm saying here? This is something he has been doing for a very, very long time. This is not something he started doing during Karen Read. Wiretapping is not something he started doing during Karen Read. This is something he has done to many people previous to now. So when people sit there and say, well, who recorded it? Well, who recorded it? Somebody else recorded it. No, somebody else didn't record it. Aiden Kearney recorded it. And I can tell you exactly how he recorded it. He has two phones for a reason. He has a 401 number. Stupidly, he thought by getting that 401 number way back when he did, that would give him a right to wiretap people and just say, oh, I was in Rhode Island, right? Because it's a 401 is a Rhode Island number. Okay. So Rhode Island, you have to actually physically be in Rhode Island. Okay. You can't just say, I have a Rhode Island number. It's not wiretapping anymore, folks, because I used my Rhode Island number to record. It's where your phone is, not what phone number you have. And then he realized that, obviously, after he had gotten the phone number, that you actually have to physically be in a different state with a different consent, right? This is Massachusetts, where we live, is a two-party consent state. Both parties have to know they're being recorded and consent to it, unless you're in public, in which you have no right to privacy in public under the law. There is absolutely zero right to privacy. So anybody can record you on the street corner, on the sidewalk, with or without your permission. They do not need permission for that. So now we come down to the bullshit, right? The bullshit when it comes to Karen's case. the bullshit that he did the entire time. People are not understanding why this one thing would make Karen so mad or so upset, right? Why is this one thing, and here's the thing. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of Karen Read, not even by a long shot, not even a little bit. But I'll tell you this isn't just a one-time thing. It wasn't, oh, he recorded her and then all of a sudden she was mad. That is not how this went. Okay? Not even a little bit. I'm going to tell you how it went, right? How it went was like this. Back in trial 1, Aiden wasn't getting a seat. He wasn't getting a seat inside the courtroom. And he felt that he had a right to it and that Karen shouldn't be saving anybody a seat but him. Right? But him. Should be nobody but him. If anybody's getting a seat, it's me. Like, that's his attitude. And so he saw other content creators being given these seats in court and got real petty, angry jealousy. And so what did he do? Karen would not talk to him at that point for her, him getting arrested and wiretapping Lindsay. Now, let's not forget, he is charged with wiretapping Lindsay because he did this exact same thing. And let me be clear here. The audio from Lindsay is not an actual audio. Originally, it's a video. So he actually didn't just audio. He put it on video on his phone. This is the exact thing he did with Karen when he wiretapped her. He put it on a video. It's not just an audio. It is a video. Okay. And so he was charged with the wiretapping and witness intimidation in the case when he went to Lindsay's house. And so after that, he kept saying to his audience and throwing the narrative of, I got arrested for Karen Read. I went to jail for Karen Read. Well, Karen didn't appreciate that. Karen did not appreciate that. And so she kept saying to him, like, Aiden, stop saying that. That's a narrative you keep spinning, is you got arrested. You didn't get arrested for Karen Read. You got arrested for your own shit that had nothing to do with it. For your own behavior, and you're spitting to everybody else. So you got arrested for Karen Read, so everybody will feel sorry for you. That's not what happened. Well, he also, at some points, decided he was going to tell people he got arrested in front of his kids. People seem to forget, like, when this very beginning, when that first happened, he had to admit that his kids didn't see anything. His kids were already on the bus, off to school, like on the bus and gone before he got arrested, because the cops gave him that fucking common courtesy that they did not have to give him, and waited for his kids to get on the bus. And so then he fed people a line of bullshit about, I got arrested in front of my kids, so they would all feel bad. And they did. And they bought his kids all new toys because their toys got searched, right? And all new iPads and all new toys for Christmas and all this bullshit, right? All this bullshit. Now, the blackmail in trial 1 was because he wasn't getting a court seat. So he decided he was going to go to Jenna and Nick Rocco and say, you're going to tell Karen she's going to give me a court seat. And if she does not, I'm going to go to Tully with what I have about her. A what now? That was the threat, right? So Jenna Rocco and Nick Rocco went to Karen and said, Karen, what the fuck? What do you want to do about this? She gave it to Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson said, well, that's blackmail, but who's going to help us, right? The state police aren't going to help us. Nobody's going to help us. So what can we really do? If he does it, I guess. Like, so they appeased him for a little while. He already got his credentials, so he didn't actually need the seat anymore. Right after that. So that's what's like, was the first sort of part of how we're getting to the wiretapping in the end here, is Karen was sort of calling him out for his different behaviors and his lies on air to his audience to sort of play it up, the things you were telling people that were just bold-faced lies. She didn't appreciate actually some of the attacks he made on other creators who were helping her, the way he pushed people out of the movement with his ego and his attitude. So this was a long time coming. This was not something that just, he wiretapped her and now, she doesn't like him. And that's sort of how it's being painted. I think JFK got the closest to telling you guys what actually fucking happened. Okay? He got the closest without telling you. And I understand probably it's because he talked to Karen and he doesn't want to sort of tell them or tell his audience what Karen said, probably for purposes of, they had a private conversation. You don't give all that information out. So I'm going to do it for him. So I don't know what they talked about in their conversation, but I do know this. I do know that Aiden wiretapped Karen. He then sent that recording to another person. He let multiple other people listen to it, the Glairer being one of them. Now, Glairer is the suspected one of the people who sent it to Karen's attorneys anonymously, but there could have been a couple other people. It's now been spread around pretty far at this point. Okay, it was chopped up because there were certain parts of it, and JFK almost got to telling you guys this. He kind of stopped short of it, so I'm going to do it for him. They chopped it up because pieces of that audio don't make Karen look good, right? And in this scenario, it's more about Aiden wiretapped Karen, period. Without her knowledge, he recorded her, and I'll tell you why. I'll even tell you why. Because it's the same reason he's done it to many other people. People are like, well, why would he do that? And I've heard a lot of false things about, well, he was going to use it for his documentary. No, he was not going to use it for his documentary. Stop it right now. Stop it with the madness. Stop it with the fucking absolute ridiculousness. He was not going to use it for his documentary. A, you need permission for a documentary. B, he has done this numerous times before. What he does is he riles up the person he's on the phone with. He starts screaming and yelling, throwing insults, demanding things. And then what happens every fucking time is he lowers his tone and hits record so that when you lose your shit, he can take that recording later on and use it to blackmail you. Well, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to release this recording I have of you absolutely losing your fucking shit and saying things that are very incriminating. That is why he wiretapped Karen. He didn't wiretap it to use it in a fucking documentary. You need permission for that from the person. You cannot play that in a documentary without permission from the other person. He did it for the same reason that he's done it many, many times before. For the same reason that he does it every Sorry, we're buffering. I want to fix it. To fix the buffering. This is the same shit he has done. The same fucking shit he has done so many times over and over. And I understand that not everybody knows this because, they don't know what happens behind closed doors, right? And they only see what they see on social media or YouTube. Unfortunately, this is the kind of information that I get not only all the time, but you have to remember that I am friends with his ex-girlfriends who are various women who, are amazing in their own way each. And many of his other victims where I literally have the evidence in front of me, right? And the wiretapping thing isn't new. This is something he was doing long before Karen Reed and her case existed. Screenshotting things and then changing them, making up shit, not new for him. Not even close. Okay? Not even fucking close. Yeah, so I'm going to read that. So here's the next thing. So he knows at this point, right? He's in trouble, right? I mean, they don't like me because they're told not to. You have to remember that. They're told not to like me, right? Because simply, and most people know this, but I wouldn't lie for Aiden. I would not lie for him way back when he got caught. Okay, he got caught. And I became his public enemy number one because I didn't lie for him. It's not my fucking job to lie for someone else. Just like these people are doing it now. Look at how it's biting them in the ass, right? I'm not that person, bro. That's my credibility, number one. Number two, I'm not going to fucking lie for you. You dumb shit and you get caught. That's on fucking you. Don't do dumb shit and you wouldn't be caught, right? So I simply didn't lie for him. And that became the reason why I needed to be, quote, bad. And so I find it funny because it's funny you actually say that because I have quite a few people from Free Karen Reed who have actually apologized to me. I have various apologies from people. I know people who I'm now friends with from that side of the fence there. And it's unfortunate because I think there's a lot of missed friendships, relationships, things of that nature that he created. He created this sort of hate and anger and vitriol. And again, if someone else had covered it, I don't think you would have seen that. I don't think you would have seen that. It's extremely disrespectful. They're hypocrites because they only do it because they're told to. And you're seeing that exact same thing happen right this minute, right? And I'll explain how. When Aiden doesn't want to get caught for something, he runs around threatening all the other people who know. He will send you a message. He'll tell you, I'm going to make you Kate famous. I'm going to make you Turtleboy famous. Do you know who I am? Do you know I can destroy you? Do you really want to go that route? I gave you a pass for that already. Things like that. And I'm telling you, these are the same things he says over and over and over and over. It's not something new. He's a creature of habit. It's the same things, right? Sorry, I'm getting this buffering again. Run around threatening people. He'll run around making veiled threats to try to get people to back off, to stop talking about it, to shut up. And you have to remember, a lot of these content creators' money is tied in with his. So if he tells his viewers these people are, quote, bad, right, they don't then get the money from his followers that just blindly believe him. And they share a lot of followers, right? So these people who have been giving money to all of these creators who've just been blatantly lying to them can't say I didn't try to tell you. I did. No one listened. There's a difference, right? They're all tied in together. Their money comes from Aiden and his viewers. So if his viewers turn on them, that's money out of their pockets. So instead of being honest with you, they're going to fucking lie through their teeth until they're caught ultimately. And we're seeing it happen right now. Why do you think a bunch of these people got quiet? Because they were told to. Because they were told to, they were sent veiled threats, or they knew that if they did, he would have an epic meltdown fit like he does to every other person, and they didn't want to deal with it. So they kept quiet. I don't think that's the right thing to do, though. It's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely. He calls people live and says live to tape real quick. But what people don't realize is when he's in private, there is no live to tape. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. He just wiretaps and keeps the recording. Is that a real question right now? You know where my proof is? Where I have it. That's where the fuck it is, where I have it. Take it or leave it, my friend. I have literally been telling people this was going to happen for I don't even know how fucking long. No one wanted to listen. My proof is in the fucking pudding of me calling this forever ago. That's where my fucking proof is. Because unlike him, I don't give up sources. I don't give up victims. I don't do that. I don't do that. It's that simple. Unlike him, I don't just decide that I'm going to throw, people's information and how I got information out there. I've already explained how I know, right? I know because of his victims and because of other sources. I know because people come to me. Why? Because people have a fucking conscience, right? And so when they get mixed up in shit like this, they feel uncomfortable. They don't know what to do. So they go to someone and they're like, hey, what the fuck do I do? I don't like this. It does not make me feel good. What do I do now? Right? And I can only give them advice. That's the only thing I can do. But my advice is always the same. If it's criminal, go to the cops and tell them what happened. If it's just that you know something, then just say what you know, dude, because ultimately it's all going to come out one way or another. Oh, yeah, that's what you have to remember, young Black economist, that is the same spreadsheet Aiden has used for anybody he doesn't quote like, or anybody who knows about the things that he has done, which is try to make them out to be the bad person. It's simply Darvo, right? Switch it around so that he's the victim and it's the same way. Every time he does it to someone, it's the same way. He plays the victim and that person's now bad, but he won't give you the real reason why he thinks they're bad. He'll just make up a different reason. And then add shit to it over time. They're a bad person because this, and this. And then what people find out later on is that person wasn't a bad fucking person. He lied. But at that point, the damage has been done to that person. At that point, there are still people out there on the internet repeating lies about someone because they just believed it. Because they just fucking believed it. I kid you not. They're toys. That's what he claimed. They searched through my children's toys. People bought them all new toys for Christmas. And I'm like, I volunteered at a shelter while I was asked to come. And I said yes on Christmas Eve last year. And I spent my entire Christmas Eve, even as a family struggling myself, sort of going through and distributing toys for families in shelter. And I'm like, do you know what that could have done for other families? Like his kids didn't need all new toys because the cops searched his house. He created that mess on his own. Okay? On his fucking own. He's a content creator. He's a free Karen Read content creator, as far as I understand. So, nope, definitely never said I was pro Karen Read. Nope, definitely never said that. I don't know where. See, that'd be called putting words in someone's mouth. I've made it very clear I'm not pro Karen Read at all. Not even by a long shot. Because I do. That's the answer. Because I fucking do. Take it or leave it. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you have no idea. Oh, hey, Connor. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Yeah, you have no idea. The amount of wiretapping in his phones that the police took, is quite a bit. All the people he wiretapped, some of these people know they were wiretapped. Obviously, they found out afterwards, but he'll use it as a threat later. Sorry, we're buffering again. He'll use it as a threat. It's what he does. It's what he does. You know what I'm saying? Okay, bye then. Bye. 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 You think I'm a nobody, then you really do have brain cells to burn there, darling. If you think I'm a nobody who just knows nothing, then you really haven't been paying attention. Oh, I fucking can't. It's amazing. It's amazing to me, some of the shit these people say. So yeah, I was just about to talk to that. So I don't know what she did for a show, right? But I know she did a Spaces. She did a Spaces yesterday, trying to simp for Aiden. Again, shocker. Trying to claim she would be unbiased and she would kill this whole thing. And, you know, she wasn't just going to simp for Aiden. That's exactly what she was doing. She threw some digs at Karen clearly for Aiden. Then claimed that she had heard all the audio. Well, I'm sure she did, but then she tried to claim that she's not going to say who it's from. She heard it from Aiden. Okay. She heard it from her fucking good old buddy who has it. Now, let me be clear here. You cannot remain unbiased. And then by the end of the show, you're saying the audio doesn't look good for him, and you're saying the audio doesn't look good for Karen, which again, I've already told you guys, the audio does not make either one of them look good, but it sure isn't good for Karen. Okay. Or her supporters. That's for sure. Because it shows a picture of a woman who was doing things she shouldn't have been and lied to people as well. So it's unfortunate, but that's the truth, right? So I'm sure she did hear it, no doubt, but let's not pretend like he didn't play it for her. Let's not fucking pretend she just got it from a source and got the whole thing he played it for her, right? Common fucking sense here. Yeah, I mean, it's really something that people should be able to pick up on the patterns. I've already answered that. You know, there are so many. Oh, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, my friend. I'll check those in a minute. I will check if you have a donation to give. I promise you I will check. I just want to get this out before I lose my train of thought here. But yes, it's the same patterns you're going to see over and over with him, over and over and over. And we're talking 10 plus years at least, you know? But it's not even like you have to be unaware. The people who have sort of stepped out of that mob and cult mentality have literally admitted, I can say now, Elise, you were right. It is like a cult. It is like a mob. You can't say anything that he doesn't like that's critical. You can't say anything he doesn't agree with, or you're fucking attacked privately and publicly. You know, that's how it's been going for a long time. All right. But by the end of Jess's Spaces, and gee, I wonder why she deleted it. Okay. By the end of Jess's Spaces on Twitter last night, she's getting phone calls from Aiden while she's doing the Spaces. And she's looking at her phone and she's going, okay, guys, stop yelling at me. Stop yelling at me. I will go. I will stop this Spaces and I will call him back and I will take it on the chin. What that means is I'm getting screamed at for being on this Spaces, and my master would like me to shut the fuck up now. So now I'm going to have to get off Spaces, ultimately delete Spaces, and pander to this asshole who's calling me. I mean, I'm sorry, but that didn't fucking look good either. I don't give a fuck if he was calling me while I'm doing his Spaces. I'm doing his Spaces. He can fucking wait like everybody else can wait for me to take a goddamn phone call. For him to even be calling her means he doesn't want her talking about it, and he would prefer that she didn't. And she must have said something that he didn't fucking quite like. Oh, well. Oh, well. JFK got the closest to it for you guys. You know, he literally got the closest to telling you guys what the actual F was going on without telling you, right? And to me, it's not rocket science, you know? Well, they're gonna, unfortunately, Jackie Young. They just do. That's what they do. And it's unfortunate because all these people that they throw this money at, you know, they're not being honest. And I feel like when you cross over that line from saying you're for truth and transparency and justice to crossing over that line into lying for money, then that's really where you've crossed over. And they started doing that a long fucking time ago, right? But it speaks volumes when you hear nothing coming from them. And of course, JFK, to his credit, started asking some fucking questions. I do think he pandered a little in the beginning to Aiden. But then I think after Aiden sort of threatened him a bit, he started getting the picture of what happens to every person that starts asking questions or knows some shit that they probably shouldn't. You get attacked. And of course, the JFK show is now being attacked by Machado, the Glarer, all these people, right? Attacking. That's what they do. Attack. And what did he do other than ask some serious questions? And these people who want to pretend that, like, oh, it's his private matter with Karen. Let's make something abundantly clear. He has made his whole fucking career on tearing apart people's lives. Not checking any information to see if it's real. He was paid for stories, not to check to see if any of it was real. Somebody would pay him. He would write the story. End of story. That is how he lived for a long, long time. Then it evolved into the Karen Reed case. And even with that, anybody he didn't like along the way or knew something he didn't want them to know, or he had some petty jealousy or ego issue over, at SD, the way they attacked her, completely unacceptable. She's a nice person. Like, there was no reason to do that to her at all. And it's disgusting. Jen O'Donnell, like, there are just so many so many people on that side that he attacked, never mind other people, right? We can go on for days and the people on the anti side he's attacked, but for what? Nobody ever asks themselves why. They just buy that people are bad because he said so. Why do you think he attacks these people? And a lot of us have been vocal about it because a lot of us won't lie for him or know something he does not want us to tell you guys. He literally has written in private texts why he does it. He does it so that he attacks the person first, and then nobody will listen to what they have to say because he can just run back and use the same mantra of, they're just mad I exposed them. And then nobody listens to what they have to say. He's been doing the same thing for 10 years. They're just mad I exposed them. They're crazy. They're a scammer. They're bad. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. And nobody stops and goes, everybody can't be bad. Everybody who's ever been affiliated any way, shape, or form with him is bad or crazy or a scammer. Stop it. You guys have more brain cells than that. I really think that you do. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course they're tiptoeing around the full disclosure. That's why I'm trying to give you guys everything that I know, right? Oh, I appreciate you, Mark. I appreciate you. It's always better via Cash App or Venmo because then I do get to keep it all. You're right. Except for the taxes I have to pay on it. But that doesn't come till the end of the year, thank God. Or the beginning of the year, shall you. But I appreciate you, Mark. I appreciate that very, very much. So the reason is he's mad. Okay. He's mad at this point. He got caught and he's going to use every ounce of his being to try to keep it quiet. At this point, he knows he's screwed ultimately. So what has he changed to doing now at this point? He's moved from denying it like he did outright to trying to play it off like, oh, well, maybe he did it for the documentary. He's letting people think that maybe they did it for the documentary. No, that didn't happen. Sorry, not sorry. He did not do that. It had nothing to do with the documentary. Nothing to do with the documentary. Nothing. You have to have somebody's permission for that. You cannot just record someone and play it on a documentary because the team is there. That is not the fucking way it works. Not by a goddamn long shot. Not by a goddamn long shot. It is not how it happens. I have a $10 from Anonymous with a heart. I appreciate you, Anonymous with the heart. $25 from Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, my friend. Says, keep up the good work. Mark, thank you, my friend. And one from Claire. Thank you, Claire Bear. I appreciate you, my friend. And I actually got $5 from Heather this morning. She must have been watching yesterday's stream. She said, for standing up for Ellie McCabe for not being a piece of shit. I appreciate you very, very much for those three. I'll check PayPal in a minute. These were just Cash App ones. Usually it's Cash App or PayPal. It's not often Venmo sometimes, but not all the ways. I want to make sure that I don't get a lot. So I just want to make sure I do take the time out to thank people because I do appreciate it very, very much. Also claims that he's somehow for the victim. Yeah, he's not a victim of a goddamn fucking thing. Let's just make that abundantly clear. Yeah, nothing on PayPal. It's not a fucking. He's just not. Its bottom line is he's not a victim of a goddamn thing. You know. So let me just throw out there that he has now switched gears into trying to cover for it, right? To full out just attacking Karen now, right? Now that's his thing. You know? So that's why Bettero wasn't allowed to be part. And I called it before it happened. I said, you know, he's not going to be allowed to be on Karen's team because there's too much of a conflict that he cannot just say, oh, well, I won't, you know, talk about each other's cases. As a lawyer, that you cannot bypass a conflict like that. You just, you can't, you can't. And there's a reason why, again, if you go back and watch before he was denied, me telling people he 100% would be denied, and it should not be a fucking surprise because it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. You know what I'm saying? That would, you know, just, you know, we welcome most people here. We do. But we don't tolerate people who come here to troll, to ask dumb fucking questions on purpose, because you'll know they're just starting to troll by doing that. Believe me, we can. Some people are like, why'd you kick them out? They just were saying, no, they weren't. They were trolling. Believe me. We also know certain names of people and the things that they start to do right before. So I'm going to read this, right? Aiden decided that instead of being a big boy and admitting what he did and just like maybe asking for some fucking forgiveness from his viewers, he would double, triple, quadruple down and act a fucking fool. So this morning he decided he was going to release a text message that Karen sent him. And it reads like this, folks. I put it on my Twitter earlier. If you didn't already see it, you don't have Twitter, I'm going to read it to you now, but I already put it on my Twitter. So this is a message from Karen to Aiden. And it says, not only did you illegally record me and lie about it, you doubled down and flat out made fun of me, ? You said you sold out the Wilbur and I live with my parents, ? Mocking that I lost my home to fight for my freedom. I mean, I have comments about that, but I'm just going to read the text. That I have loving, and then she put in parentheses, cool parents that I want to spend time with. How about the part where you repeatedly asked me to do the Wilbur with you and I turned it down? How about the fact that you lived on a couch until my case came along and you were able to move forward and get a life of your own? ? Because of my case? ? I've never treated you anywhere close to this. Never made fun of you. Never. Hold on, I took 2 screenshots here. God forsaken. I thought I had this already, but of course it's further back. Fuck. Oh, I didn't have the 2 pieces of it together. God damn. Oh, here we go. I've never made fun of you. Never treated you anywhere close to this. Never made fun of you. Never shared screenshots or recordings. I'm realizing you're actually just a nasty, hateful, negative person. Taking shots at me purely because you can. Because you know I'm limiting to whom and where I speak. Enjoy screenshotting this message. Make sure everyone sees it so they know the real you. Well, that is the real him. He is a hateful, angry troll. It's who he is. If anybody thought that he wasn't doing this for just the money and the ego and the power, come on, man. Come the fuck on. You know, like, let's get real here. Was she really? See, I know she does some sort of show at like 9 a.m. I don't know what she said on her stream. Once again, I was, momming, so I have no idea. But I mean, JFK got the closest to telling everybody what happened. Hey, Donna girl, I love you. Love you. If most people know, Donna is a victim of Aiden. There's a lot of them in here right now, literally. I assumed him calling was part of the ruse. What do you mean? To make it seem real. Well, here's the thing. This is not something he hasn't done before. Not something he hasn't done before. I love your face. I just had to say that to my friend because I love her stinking face. She knows that though. We talk, she know that. Yeah, I mean, I think he did a lot of pandering in the beginning there, but he's kind of cleaned up his act a little after the threat and sort of figured out like, hey, he's throwing shit at my way, right? Like he's throwing shit my way, Yeah, I mean, perfect example. Look at what's in front of you. Stop making excuses for why it isn't, right? It is, and it's right there. And you're just, look over here. Why? I mean, it's for the documentary. He didn't do it. All of the reasons in the world to say, no, if someone else had wiretapped her, right? You all would be watching his show and he would be destroying the person that did that. He'd be saying they're a piece of shit. They're crazy. They're a lunatic. They committed a crime. So they're a horrible person. He would be bashing them until the end of time and probably doing 2 weeks of content on it, writing a blog, bringing in donations. Like, why is everybody acting like because it's him, it's different? No, he gets the same treatment. Why is everybody acting like because it's him and Karen, then, oh, now all of a sudden it's personal? No, he made a career on bashing people's personal lives and lying about that. Like making lies about people, not caring if it's true or not, just to make money. There is no let's pretend it's private now. He doesn't get that. It's not the way it works. You do not get all of a sudden when something's embarrassing to you or you lie about something that now it's private. When you have made everything else public and you pride yourself on literally sending a mob of maniacs to harass people. Get the fuck out of here. Oh yeah, the Juan Air Jordans was funny as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. That I literally was fucking rolling. I was like, oh my God, I can't, bro. The Juan Air Jordans. That was funny as fuck. I gave it to him. It was funny. All right. Right? Trust your own gut, your own brain, your own gut, not someone else's, not everyone else's. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is like a reality TV show at this point, right? It's literally like a reality TV show at this fucking point. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't. Tyrone over here thinks that he's going to get like the whole kit and caboodle of evidence. I'm sorry for you, Tyrone. I am not giving up my sources just because you want them, right? If you at this point need receipts with everything that's already out there in receipts, then you're in the fucking wrong place and you should probably stop watching my show. The receipts are out there. He wiretapped her. It's really that simple. It's not hard. It's something he's done a billion fucking times over long before this. All right. Come on. I know you got like 2 brain cells to rub together. I mean, do it. I told you guys last night, all my fucks, they went over there. There they go. Bye. They're gone now. They're gone. Okay. If you at this point have not fucking quite figured out what the hell is going on here, that's on you, sir. But if you're going to come here and try to act like I don't know, then you haven't been paying attention. I know a lot more than everyone thinks that I fucking do, clearly, at least over on that side. Everyone else who has been watching me knows that I know. So, thank you, Donna. I appreciate you, my friend. I mean, he kind of is that content at this point, isn't he? You know, like, hey, Karen. This is my friend Karen, everyone. You guys know her. What do we got, Rosa? Play this. Hold on. I can't do it from the stream. I got to do it from this one. Hold on. If my computer will ever load this, maybe I can, but it's being kind of a pain here. Let's try to open it up again. All right, let's see. Yeah, well, he's on X now because apparently one of my mods bounced Tyrone out, so he went on X to comment. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me one way or another, but don't ask dumb fucking questions. Where is it? Sorry, Rosa, I'm looking for your comment on this side where YouTube is over here because I can't click on a comment from StreamYard. I can only do it from this one. Hey, Lisa. Yep, ours here. She's another victim. God damn it, where the fuck is it? Why is it not showing up? Why is it not showing up? It's right next to Karen's comment. Why? Why is it not there? Maybe I'm just fucking blind. Can you try? Yeah, it's not popping it. Can you try to send it again, Rosa? Or maybe on, if you, I can't, if you send it to me on, yeah, maybe send it to me on X. Maybe that'll work. Right? Do you know my phone? He is very sweet. I very much appreciate that. Very, very much. Thank you, Mark. Well, it's hard. It's also hard to fight back against a bully that people actually believe, even though he's lying, you know? It's sad. You know? Well, I mean, that's their opinion. I mean, I care about everybody's civil rights, but this isn't really for me even about like her civil rights. All the people he's wiretapped had their civil rights violated at this point. Their rights have been violated. They have been illegally wiretapped, right? Yeah, definitely not going to be on the Christmas card list. You are absolutely right, you know? But I think for me, it's really about the being a hypocrite and then fucking lying, right? I mean, the glare is just one instance, okay? That dude has come after me so many times. Like, how sad of a human do you have to be to come after a tiny YouTube channel of a woman who you don't know and have never met because Turtleboy told you to? That's pretty fucked up and pretty sad. If you have to be told as a grown man what to do and what not to do and who to attack and who not to attack, that same thing goes for Broken Baker and so many of the other ones. They're told who to attack, and they do. And JFK is dealing with it right now. And I have to say, what did JFK do? I don't agree with his stance on Karen's case, but what did he do to deserve that? Or the other people he's on with, Kev and James Jackson. What did they do? Exactly. Other than ask questions that nobody was asking, and nobody was asking them because nobody wanted to give the correct fucking answer. Nobody wanted to say, Aiden wiretapped Karen and we knew and we didn't say anything and we should have and we're sorry. They're not going to. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure they do. You poor thing. Listen, just block them. Block them, girl. Block them because they're not worth your time. You know? They're not worth your fucking time. They're really, really not. I love you. Anybody who knows me as a person, like as a human being, knows that I'm literally the opposite of what they claim. So it's funny to me. They want to attack other people who come here because they feel like they can at least be respectful and express an opinion respectfully and not be attacked from one side or the other. They get attacked. I mean, that should tell you right there what you're dealing with, right? You're dealing with a mob of lunatics that will do whatever he tells them. And he brags about that in his personal messages about how everyone just does what he wants and they'll keep giving him money no matter what. And ha ha ha, they're stupid, ugly, fat. I kid you not when I say this. He talks about his viewers in that way. He has no respect for them. He does not care about them. He doesn't appreciate, and that's the part that really fucking gets me. Does not appreciate a single bit of what they do for him, right? Without them, where are you? Where are you? Without their donations, who pays your fucking bills? How do you not appreciate it? Then to sit there and say it has to be $5 or more if I'm going to read your thing. I read them without people even donating. Why? Because some people can't afford to, and they still want to watch content, and they still deserve to have their comments read. I mean, I shouldn't read their comments. I mean, I get it. A lot of content creators do that because it makes them money. And should I do that? I probably should. I'm a small channel. It's very, very hard to keep a small channel running when you're not getting a lot of donations. And it just really is really fucking hard. And I understand why they do it. I just feel like it's sneaky. And so I don't operate that way. I just don't, right? I never have. I'm not going to just only read the people who donate. That's fucking absurd, right? I think a lot of you have a lot of really valid things to say who might not be able to afford to. And I still want to read your really, really valid opinions, right? I think as a creator, you're kind of losing out on your audience when you choose to do that because you're losing out on a lot of really good points, things you might not have even thought of that someone else brings up that can enter the conversation. Because instead, you decided they didn't give you a super chat or they didn't send you a Venmo or a Cash App or a PayPal, so they don't really fucking matter, right? Well, not to me. To me, everybody matters. Everybody fucking matters. Everybody fucking matters. Oh my God, yeah, the episodes. Who's the rat? Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. People assume that they know who sent it and where and why. Jess Machado does not know who sent it to who, when, where, and why, because if she knows, I would know. And I don't know who the person was that sent it to like Karen's team or who sent it to all these random people. I do know Aiden recorded it. I do know it's not for a fucking documentary. The reason he recorded it was to use later on as a blackmail tactic. Okay. Oh, Wallflower, thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. We don't get large donations here a lot as being a small channel. So I really, really appreciate that. Was very, very nice of you. You did not have to do that. I appreciate you very, very much. That was very, very kind. Very, very kind. I think, JFK sort of stopped short, and I think it's because he had that conversation with Karen. And she probably suspects who was the person that sent it to Alan Jackson, her attorneys. I do not know, obviously, what they talked about, but I think he's trying to respect, I'm guessing, her privacy, being the person who's telling her what's going on and all the things that happened with Aiden. And the things that have happened with Aiden this isn't the first thing that he's done. This isn't like, oh, Karen decided she just didn't like him after this one thing. He tried to blackmail her in fucking trial 1, dude. Okay. He has lied repeatedly over and over. He has manipulated repeatedly over and over. He has used her as a poor me on a multitude of occasions, hundreds at this point, of, I got arrested for Karen Reed. No, you didn't. Your arrest had nothing to do with Karen. As a matter of fact, his attorney And Karen told him not to go, and he still went there. Why? Because he needed to know what was in Lindsay's phone so much that he threatened her. Okay? Told her to throw her phone in a river, made a fake account of her with a picture of her kid and showed it to her ahead of time as if like, hey, I'm going to put this out. If you don't give me what I want, you're going to let me go through your phone and see everything that you said to Kate Peter. Like that was what he cared about. That's the only thing he cared about. So he decided it was a great idea to go over there and threaten a single mother of four to have her give him what he wanted. And let me make something clear. She's not the only woman he's ever threatened. Usually he doesn't get to go to their houses. So he calls them on the phone and threatens them. If they don't answer, he then goes to Facebook Messenger or text and threatens them there. How do I know that? Because I have those. I possess those on a multitude of instances. First, he starts with veiled threats and insults, and then he goes full in threats. This is not something, once again, that he hasn't done before. This is something he has done many, many times. So this isn't this is the one thing and Karen's so disrespectful. Listen, I don't like either of them. I think they're both shitty fucking human beings, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. Aiden's a liar, okay? He's a liar. He's an egomaniac. He's a selfish fuck. He doesn't care about anybody, and I mean anybody. If he had to throw every content creator he knew under that bus, he would. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hubby just got home, so I'm just trying to fill him in on the day real quick. Never mind. The neighbors must have filled him in on his way inside.
Yeah. Vinny wanted to tell me the story, but Katrina had to tell me.
Oh, yeah. She's going to tell you, yeah. Cash App is always better than YouTube, yes. But not everybody has that option, Mark. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Some people only can do it on YouTube or they have their card set up that way. But I'll put the stuff on the screen while I'm giving hubby a kiss. I got to check it in a savings. You guys ever see that? It's a hilarious stand-up comedy. I got to check it in a savings. What is it, Kevin Hart or Cat? Yeah, Kevin Hart. It's hilarious. You have to watch that. So that when I do say that, you guys can like refer to that because I use that one a lot in my real life. When people are like, all right, well, how much? This is expensive. I got to check in a savings. If you've never seen that skit, I suggest after this show, you go watch it. All right. So, yeah, but he's on X. I mean, I have to block them on X if they comment on X and they're being like, I just go and block them on X. Not a big deal. I don't. Yeah. I mean, Karen bought him the Air Force Wands with all of his monies, right? That's where he got his brand new charger that sits outside his house. Ooh, can you give me a Sprite if you're going to the store? You going with Vinny?
I'm going by myself.
Oh, yeah. Sprite, please. Okay, yeah. Sprite, please. Thank you. I mean, it definitely sucks. Anybody being wiretapped sucks. Nobody deserves that, right? Nobody deserves that. So it wasn't recorded from phone to phone. Aiden recorded it. Like Aiden recorded it himself. He recorded it. Oh, I think what you mean is somebody else recorded it and then sent it. No, he sent it. And then those people sent it to other people, and those people sent it to other people. And then it was chopped up because it makes Aiden, but mostly Karen, with some of the things that she says, it makes Aiden look like a piece of shit because it tells sort of the world what kind of piece of human garbage he is. And it validates literally everything that most of us have been trying to tell people for an extremely long period of time, but nobody listens. Can't say I didn't tell you so. I did. And I think this whole distraction sort of thing where it's like, oh, well, flip ahead. Oh, well, flip ahead. Oh, well, flip ahead. Stop blaming fucking flip ahead, dude. All right. At least, and I will say this, at least flip ahead was man enough to fucking accept that he did something wrong and take the accountability and fucking responsibility for it. Unlike you, Aiden. Unlike you. Okay. Unlike you. And as Sean says, blog that. All right. Fucking blog that. At least he was man enough to take fucking responsibility when you wanted to use him as a goddamn fucking distraction. He's not a distraction. It isn't, oh, now we hate Flip Ahead because he's the one who brought it to the forefront. Or, oh, he's just being used. I've seen that a lot too. Oh, people are just trying to divide us. People are just trying to divide us. I mean, do you know how ridiculous that is? Nobody cares. You divide yourselves all the fucking time. That has nothing to do with, nobody's trying to divide you, all right? You want to keep watching him? Cool. When he does something scumbag to you or to someone you love, don't say nobody didn't tell you. That's really that simple, right? You don't have to listen to any of us. You can just say we're all lying because he exposes everyone. You can keep saying that till the cows come home. Doesn't make it true, but you can keep saying it if you want, if it makes you feel better inside. He's a scumbag, dude. There's nothing that's ever changed about that. He is a scumbag. He will always be a scumbag. Period. Okay? Fucking period. Oh, me and Sean talk. I didn't talk to Sean today. I talked to Sean yesterday. But yes, there was Aiden, Meredith, the Glare, Nurse Kim, Auntie Deb, someone else. I don't know who the other person is. I love you. I love you. Yeah, we are past the point of it being fucking private, Air Force Ones. That shit got me. I'm sorry. That shit was fucking hilarious, Air Force Ones. There's 537 of you on X. For the love of God, why do you people watch on X and not on fucking YouTube? I'm going to start making this shit YouTube only. Like, you don't even have to be in the chat, but holy shit, it makes no sense why there's so many more people on X than YouTube. Make it make sense. Make it fucking make sense, all right? Oh, I love Erica Badu. Listen, that's some old school shit, girl, all right? I wish we could play music on here. We can't unless it's, unless it's like royalty-free music. Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, now they have to pick a side, right? It's Karen or Aiden. Pick your poison at that point. It's a pick your poison. I know I literally was like, oh, he didn't. Oh, but he did. And I was on the spaces with Krista Koala. It sucks anybody would be wiretapped, it sucks. Well, again, I don't think anybody's speaking for Karen other than Karen was speaking for herself. She was on JFK's chat the other day. And I love when people are like, oh, that was fake. That was fake. It's not real. She has a fucking wrench, dude, which means I had to add her as a mod, which means they know who it is. Okay. It's that simple. Right. Like, I'm speaking to what I know about Aiden and what I know here. I don't think anybody needs to speak for Karen. She already spoke. And she said what she needed to say to Aiden himself in a text that he then shared with the world today that I read. No, you're definitely a victim. I don't know why you wouldn't consider yourself a victim. You're definitely a fucking victim, my friend. That kind of manipulation and gaslighting for that long, coercive control. How many times were you threatened, Lisa? How many? If you're a victim, if he's threatened you, if he's veiled threatened you, if he's demanded you do X, Y, and Z, or X, Y, and Z is going to happen, that's called blackmail. Okay. How many times has he done it to you? Just as many as he's done it to every other fucking victim. And we have quite a few of them in here right now. Hey, goodbye. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think they mean you. I think they mean the other Karen, right? Couldn't mean you. I mean, me and Karen talk daily. This is Karen from True Crime and Wine, everybody. You guys should know her. She's my very lovely friend. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. If you were a free Karen Reed at one point, she might have had you blocked. That might be why. That happens sometimes. I've had people, like, I think Sean said this the other day, and Chris too, they had people like message them and be like, hey, can you unblock me? Right? Because some people start figuring out the truth and like, oh shit, like I was really mean to that person. And because Aiden said they were bad and now I feel really bad about it. And I want to ask them. I've had people ask through other people for me to ask for me to unblock them. And I have, because I'm all good when you have a good faith effort to apologize. I think that's very big of somebody. I respect the fuck out of it. I do, because it takes balls. It takes balls. Most people just double, triple down or just disappear completely and say nothing. They never apologize. I think it takes some serious fucking balls to say, like, I was wrong and what I did was wrong and I'm sorry. Can we be acquaintances or friends? I really think absolutely it takes some serious fucking balls and I respect the fuck out of it. Well, and there you have it, folks. And how many other people has he done this to? Well, as me and Lisa know, because Lisa was friends with him for a long, long time. Many other people, many fucking others. She's not the only one, right? She's not the only one. Can you see all the comments? Oh, you know what, Christina? Your thing might be on top comments on the top of YouTube. There's like a little 3 lines and you got to click on it and you have to move it to top because everyone's is automatic set at top, I think, and you have to put it on all comments instead of top comments, and that's how you can see everyone's. Everyone's is automatically set to top comments. So if you're on YouTube and you're not seeing some people's, or you might not even realize you're not seeing some people's, you have to hit those 3 little buttons at the top there and move it from top comments to all comments. No, girl, no. Never. Right? Hey, it happens once in a while with the accidental long. Oh, Donna, girl, I can tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 right now that I can see that are commenting, but technically there are 786 people watching this live stream, so there's 593 people watching on X and 193 watching on YouTube. So, I mean, I'm sure there's way more than 6 that are watching. There's just 6 that I can see commenting, you know? So, right? Like wildly different in real life, like completely different. I mean, it's gross, right? I actually find Chris to be a refreshing cup of fresh air because most people wouldn't have called and done it that way. And even people are like, wow, you're from Australia. What do you have anything to do with anything? What does that have what do you mean? What does it matter where he's from? Like, why is that supposed to be a thing? Like, what do you care? You're from Australia. Well, I'm from here in Massachusetts. And I know a fuck ton that you don't know as the general public. And I have for an extremely long period of time. And anybody close to me knows because I will tell some of my very close people like Karen here, some things that I know that you guys don't. And so for me, it's like, why does it matter where the guy's from? He talks to many people in this vicinity, right, of this case. So it would stand to reason that he knows some shit. No. And even so, he's not going to know as much as me. Obviously, that's common sense. But why disparage him because he's from Australia? So he doesn't get to say what happened because he's from Australia. That makes no fucking sense. There's no way in reality that that's an argument. Well, you're from Australia, so what do you fucking know? Okay, so does that mean the guy from Tennessee, the Glare, also doesn't know shit because he's from Tennessee? Sorry, he was a part of this. Right? Like, it's a fucking part of this. You should be scared to know the number of victims. There's a lot. I think, isn't it John? Isn't it James or John? I know there's maybe, I don't know. I don't know his actual first name. That's the name of the show. And then James Jackson is the other guy, but I don't know JFK's like full government or anything, you know? Exactly. I run it how I see fit. If you don't like it, there is a door. I do sometimes read things that are in opposition to my own opinion because it's part of the news, right? It's part of the fucking story. So even if it's something I don't believe to be true, I'm going to say, okay, this is what was said. I don't believe this to be true, but this is what was said, right? It's part of the fucking story, you know? I try to be fair here, right? I think what was done to Joe Flipahead, it was unfair. And I'm not a huge fan of the guy because at this point, I don't think he's being honest with himself or everyone else. Maybe with himself, but not with everyone else, to the point where he doesn't admit that he's now realizing, and I know he is because everyone does, that he was part of a mob or a cult of people that harmed other people basically only on Aiden's word. He's experiencing what happens right now to himself, and it's draining. I promise you, I've been dealing with it for 3 years, and they have not stopped attacking me over 3 years, okay? It is fucking draining as a human being, but I will never not be that voice for people who feel like they have none. And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret here. When I went on the koala with Chris, the koala, and Sean and the other people that came up, I had 3 victims of Aiden's. I talked to other victims, but I had 3 victims of Aiden's that reached out to me on various social media or in text message and said, can you please go on that spaces? We can't talk. We'll be attacked. Please, because we need your voice. And I would never say no to that. I would never fucking say no to that, because where these people feel like their voice has been taken, because every time they say anything, they say boo and they're fucking attacked. Why? Because, well, the mob was told to go after them. They were told that they were bad and made up a reason why. And it's fucking disgusting. Okay. It's disgusting. You know, I ask that everybody send their love to all of these people who have been fucking attacked for no reason, like Donna, like Lisa, like Esty, like Jen O'Donnell, like all of these people, like Karen McCormick, and there's many other, like there's so many more of you. Like, I can't even hit every single one of you that are watching right now because there's over 800 of you watching, and there's many of you in the chat. And there's so many fucking victims of just bold-faced lies and rumors and just hate and anger and mob mentality, mean girl shit, petty jealousy issues, ego shit, and it's gross. At what point do we say enough is fucking enough? Enough is enough. The silence should have told you all something wasn't right. Aiden wasn't going to speak on it after his 26 minutes of vehemently denying it, and then in the last 3 minutes admitting a little bit of it, you know? Like, come on, man. Oh, why can't I get it? I know I'm behind in the comments, freak. God damn it. I'm not seeing Nima's comments because they're being deleted, so I'm assuming, like, she's being hateful. If she is, just give her the boot, dude. I have no time for fucking trolls and hate. Like, I really fucking don't. And I thought Nima was, like, team anti-Karen Reed, so I'm confused here on what she could possibly be saying that was so hateful. Well, he makes everything about himself, darling. Why I can't find, see, this link is not coming up on my YouTube one. I can't click on it here, like on StreamYard. It's showing up on StreamYard, but it's not showing up on YouTube. I don't fucking understand why. I do not understand why. What is happening? Yeah, I was like totally confused, Nima. I'm like, hey, what? All I can see is that they were deleted. I couldn't exactly see what you were saying, so I was like confused. I'm like, is she saying something hateful? Like, I'm like, what's happening right now? That is very kind of you, Wallflower. Very much. I'm gonna just shout out again. Like, thank you very, very much, Wallflower. This was very nice of you. We don't often get large donations on the show because we're such a small show. So many people don't know we exist, but this is well appreciated, more than you probably even know. And I just wanted to run it back and say thank you again for that. All right, let me get to these comments because I am like falling so behind with you guys on these comments. Oh yeah, and so this is the other thing is people don't realize how ongoing it is behind the scenes, right? Oh, your ex. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on, girl. I got you. Hold on. I have not checked X since like this morning, so. Oh God. This is Jess. Let's see what she has to say. Thank you, Rosa. We're gonna play it. Hold on. I get it on the screen first before I can play it for you guys, right? Okay. We're gonna make it bigger. All right, here we go.
I'm 5 minutes before getting on, and I get a text message from Aiden saying Kate Peter shared a screenshot and is accusing me of giving it to Kate Peter. And
he turns on her.
Was here, and Erin was here, and I have never been more angry or more upset.
Well, you should have known. You're dealing with a fucking troll.
I smashed the table. I pushed my phone down. I had to step outside. I started crying and screaming.
Girl, I demoted a lot. That's for sure.
I called him, and this is a message to Aiden that he knows I've already told him. Get your fucking shit straight. Get rid of these people. Get rid of these fucking people. I didn't send shit to Kate Peter. Ever. I didn't share any screenshots of that guy ever. I sent 2 screenshots or 3 screenshots of him talking about his breakup to Tina and.
Oh, okay. So that was the end of that. But I mean, is she shocked? I mean, why is she? I'm so confused on why she's acting like she's shocked. I mean, Aiden turns on every person he has ever had any sort of acquaintanceship with. He blames everybody for his own shit. He clearly took the screenshot and sent it to someone. Now, didn't he? Right after he does the audio thing, he takes a screenshot of Karen's message and he sends it out. That person clearly sends it to someone else. And then what? And then what? We all get it. We all get it. In our inboxes. We get it. Okay? He blames everyone else but for his own actions. It's out there now. It's out there now. I do. I try to interact with all of you. And I'm, for being such a small channel, I'm, I hold on by a thread because, I am a small channel and you have to be able to cover the costs first and then maybe make something on the back end, hopefully. And you can't spend time streaming if you're not going to make something, right? It doesn't make sense. You're taking up time, And so for all small channels, not just mine, it's really, really hard to keep a channel running as a small channel if you don't have constant viewerships that are donating and buying memberships and doing and watching your videos all the time. Like, you have to have that to survive. YouTube will eat you up and spit you out, unfortunately. But we have an amazing community that I built here, and I absolutely love each and every one of my viewers because they are so kind, so amazing, so smart. And yeah, YouTube does. They take like 30% and they pay you once a month. So if you're watching other creators, and you have the option to Cash App or Venmo them, or PayPal them, do that. Even PayPal takes a cut, but it's very, very tiny. And that's for you to send it to your bank account instantly. But those are the ways to make sure you give the most to them, the most to them, because especially when you're a smaller channel, it's hard. It's hard. But yes, I appreciate all of you. YouTube takes a hefty amount. They're such greed mongers. I consider most of you friends because a lot of you, we have relationships in person, in real life. A lot of you have my number. Why? Because I make these connections with people. I'm a people person. I love people. There's a reason I've been a volunteer advocate for 18 years, Aw, that is so nice of you, Wallflower. That is so nice of you. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Apple, Greed Fox. I forgot about Apple. I totally forgot about that. Apple does. They take it too. It's crazy. I'm not muted. Am I muted? No, I'm not. I've been talking to myself this whole time. In Fun Home the Story. Yeah, well, he makes everything about himself. That's everything about himself. Yeah, I muted myself for a second to talk to my husband. All right, yeah, I'm way far behind. All right, hold on. I gotta get with the program here, guys. We are very tight-knit. We are. I already said it was the 4 people. I know of 3. So besides Meredith, Auntie Deb, the Glare, and Nurse Kim is what I was told. And there's another person. I can't remember who that was. X comments. I don't have any X comments yet. Well, here's the thing. It's not even about hating someone as much as it is about calling out the bad behavior. If he's going to sit there and tear apart other people's lives with lies, right? With innuendo, lies, threats, and all these things for you to go away and not sort of rat him out for the really awful things he does. It's not about hating the guy. It's about calling him out because he doesn't want to have any responsibility or accountability, but he wants everyone else to have it. And it's again, who does he blame? He blamed Jess. How did you not see that coming, Jess? You know what I'm saying? That's fucking crazy. That's nobody pocket recorded him. That's just crazy, Hey, MYB. Yeah, I know. I know we're getting to that part. I don't think so. As far as I understand. Fucking StreamYard and the buffering. As far as I understand, it wasn't Karen that the audio wasn't leaked by Karen and her team, if that makes sense. It was leaked by someone Aiden sent it to, right? That's what happened. They do, but that's the thing is they're willing to attack anybody he says attack. They're willing to be quiet when he tells them to be quiet. Why? Because he didn't just tell them to be quiet. And this is what people don't realize. He will text, call, mostly call. He likes to call first, but if you don't answer, then he'll text or send a DM. But he'll call and start screaming and yelling and demanding you do X, Y, and Z. you're gonna do X, Y, and Z, or I'm gonna destroy you. You're gonna say this, or he told Meredith to go back and lie. Go back and say mind you, he says, what did you say at that lunch? Screenshot. Oh, you say that was all a lie. Mind you, he denied the lunch ever happening. So it's like, you just admitted that you had the lunch and that had happened, but that you would like her to go back and lie now. And that's not the first time he's done that. He's told many women, many I know in person, to go back and lie as well for things that they said to someone else that was true, but he didn't want to get caught up in it. Like, come on, like, come the fuck on with it. It's ridiculous. The best I can do is give you guys the truth that I have, right? The truth that I have, the truth that I know. Some of this I've been telling you guys for a long time. Probably me too, but it's for, you know what it is from, Filthy? It's because sometimes we say things that doesn't align with one side or the other, but it's the fucking truth, right? Like, people don't agree with me when I say that some of the anti-Free Karen Reed and Free Karen Reed people shouldn't have been well, they're Free Karen Reed, so like, fuck them. Now, where I can agree to that on a very small, short list of really scumbag people over there, I don't believe that it's okay for Esty to have been attacked, or Jen O'Donnell, the way she was, and her mental health made a joke out of. I don't think that any of that was okay. I mean, my dad resides in this necklace because he committed suicide, right? It is not fucking okay to push somebody to their fucking limit. And I will tell you, I can count on two hands and almost need a third on the amount of people that I have pulled from the fucking ledge, wanting to nosedive off a fucking porch for being harassed and threatened and lied about all over the internet, over and over and over and over. And that shouldn't happen to one person, never mind a handful of people. And imagine how many other people there are that exist that I don't even know about, right? How many? Like, how many? Too fucking many. Too many. That should never fucking happen to anyone. And I think it's because I'm willing to say things that neither side is. I'm willing to acknowledge that nobody should be bullied, harassed, insulted, made fun of, have their traumas be used. Listen, you can say whatever the fuck you want about me. Most people know my life story, and it's not a cute life story. I didn't have this, amazing upbringing, right? Like, I was a domestic violence victim by the time I was 18. I had a child with a rare condition by the time I was 18. And still to this, my daughter has a disease that less than 200 people on planet Earth have. And it's terminal. Okay. So for me, it's like, to use someone's trauma, right? I was in foster care. I'm a survivor of sexual assault as a child for many years. And I'm a survivor of addiction. I've been sober 18 years. I was a stripper for 10 of my life, right? All of these things I have been open and honest about since day one, because I want people to know that you can come full circle, right? Your life can be a fucking mess, and your growing up can be a mess, and you can come full circle, right? And fix those things and fix your life and help other people. And look at me, 18 years. And I might not be rich. I might be living paycheck to paycheck, but I am happy and I know who I am. And I don't need a pat on the back from anybody to know who I am, right? I don't need it from anyone. I know who I am. The people who love me know who I am. The people who come to me for help know that I will help, right? So for me, I don't need that validation that some of these people are clearly looking for. I found that a long time ago. I have PTSD, CPTSD. I'm very open about that. I'll have it for the rest of my fucking life, but I've learned how to cope with things, maybe in a different way than other people have, that maybe they need to know how to cope with it. Because they cope with it in ways by ganging up on other people and then playing the victim themselves when someone eventually does it to them. And it's really gross at this point. No one should have to be harassed, intimidated. No one, no fucking, I don't care who the hell you are. No one should have to deal with that. You want to use my trauma? Cool. Use the fact that I was an addict. Use the fact that I'm a survivor of addiction. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. But last time I checked, I'm 18 years sober. 18, almost 2 decades. Okay. Sober. Last time I checked, I worked in a prison for the criminally insane, full-grown men. Okay. Because I love working in those fields because I like helping people. My life came full circle all the way around, right? If I can, anyone can. But to try to use people's shittiest moments of their lives and then take them and make them bigger than they are, make a mountain out of a molehill, and then just add in some extra lies on top of it to make them out to be a bad person, that's the shittiest thing that you could do as a human being. And it says a lot about you when you do it, right? It's not the person you're attacking that's bad. It's the person who's doing the attacking. Why? Because they're so insecure with themselves that they feel the need to constantly attack other people. And that is who Aiden is. Make no fucking mistake about it. Let me say it twice for everybody with your back, and let me fucking say it with my chest. Aiden is the one who is a terrible human being because he constantly has to tear down other fucking people. I believe if you're going to say something to someone, you should fucking say it with your chest. And I've said it a million times. He's a horrible person. He just is. It's just the truth, okay? He's a shit fucking human who only cares about himself. He will throw anyone and everyone under that bus to save himself. He will lie till the very end. He will take no responsibility, no accountability. Why? Because that's what narcissists do. And if people cannot recognize that the man is a full-blown narcissist, then you're fucking blind as a bat. There couldn't be a picture-perfect narcissist anywhere else but right there the fuck in front of you. I mean, really. Anybody who has been the survivor of abuse, any kind of abuse, coercive control, by the way, is abuse. Aiden doesn't have to be punching people's faces in to be an abuser. Let's make that clear, okay? In the state of Massachusetts, coercive control is now in the definition of abuse. Why? Because that's part of abuse, is controlling people with threats and veiled threats. And I'll do this to you if you don't do this for me. If you don't stop saying this and doing this, then I'm going to do that. That's coercive control, folks. That is abuse. It is abusive. And that is pretty much 95% of his personal life. Anybody ever seen the guy fucking show up with an actual real life friend? He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any because he fucking harms everyone he's ever been near. I would appreciate smashing that like button. There's 967 of you. Although I know that 758 of you are on X, it would appreciate if some of you came over to YouTube and just hit the like button. That'd be nice, you know? You know, that'd be nice. Yeah, I can see the X comments, but you can only see them on the video if I don't put them up on the screen. So appreciate you, Filthy. Ooh, tacos. Tacos sound good. Girl, we're all here for you, Donna. We are all fucking here for you. Well, I mean, Chris broke the story. I think Lily's a little blinded still. I'm going to be honest. Again, might not be something you guys want to hear, for those of you that absolutely love Lily, but I think she's got a little bit of growing to do. Because she's still sticking up for Aiden at this point. And it's like, okay, she can say that the wiretapping is bad, but if you can't recognize the harm that he has done outside of that, then you're still part of that problem, right? If you're still sticking up for him and, oh, we're not going to do an Aiden, like she, flipped out on the spaces I was on. She couldn't come to the realization that he harms people, right? I'm still a fan. Okay, that's great. That's great. But by being a fan and just denying what's right in front of you, you're part of what he uses to do harm to others. He only can do that harm because people give him the power to do it. Stop giving him the fucking power to do it. I don't give him the power to do it. I don't give a fuck what he has to say. He can say whatever the fuck he wants about me. I'm not going away. I don't think he realized, most people do. They disappear, they go away, they stop talking. And he's used to getting away with that and threatening people like that and sending mobs for people over and over until they just disappear. I'm not going anywhere. I don't think he realizes that at this point. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to stop talking for the victims who do feel like their voice has been taken, because I am that fucking voice. I am every single one of them, all wrapped into one. I am the victims. I am the goddamn victims. Tacos are awesome. Just saying. I mean, yeah, she definitely gets credit for saying like, yep, he, wiretapped. Yeah, the polls are usually anonymous. It only tells me the votes. It doesn't tell me like who voted what. I mean, you tell me what you want me to poll and I'll happily put one up there. Right? I mean, why? Right? What does it say about us? Like, what does it matter whether he's Australian or not? That makes no sense to me. We got to be smarter than this shit, guys. If it's right in front of you, why sit there and ignore what's blatantly in your face? Why make up excuses about why it isn't when it clearly is? I can't. You're right. 100%. Why does it matter where he's from? You know? Even if he's not. I have friends from all over the world from having this channel. All over the world. Freaks here. It's from over the pond, right? I have people from all over the world from having this channel. And each one is just as important. Just because someone's not from here, I should take their word less. I mean, what? Exactly. What the fuck does that say about us as people? Like that? No, that doesn't even make any logical sense at all. You know? No, of course he didn't care where they were from. When he wants them on his team and helping him make money. Except what he says about these same people that send him these turtle chats, these Venmos, these Cash Apps. So fucking gross, dude. Like it irks me to my core to know physically that he calls these people old, ugly, fat. Have you seen the people who watch me and give me money? They're gullible. They'll believe whatever I say. They're never gonna stop sending me money or watching me. The shit that he just says about his viewers is so stomach turning that it's like I could never, knowing that information, support someone like that. I have refused to click on anything that has anything to do with his channel or him since 2023. I won't fucking do it. I refuse to do it. I fucking refuse to do it. I have other people that watch it bravely for me because I can't fucking stomach it. I cannot do it. You know? How many people? I don't even want to know because there's got to be many that haven't come to me, obviously, for various reasons. I'm sure there's some that haven't, you know, gone to anyone out of fear to not know who they can trust. You know, I would feel that way too, not knowing who you can trust on if any of these other content creators, if you can go to them because they might tell him, right? There are probably people out there who don't even know who they can trust and won't go to anyone. It sucks, you know? You can, yeah. A lot of people don't realize they can comment on X. You can comment on X. There's a way. You got to hit, there's like a little arrow that you click. It was hard for me to figure out the first time I was on there watching something too, you know? But that's the other thing. It doesn't need to be that way. You know? It doesn't have to be like everyone has to agree. You know? Karma is a bitch, but at the same time, I have to recognize as a human that I just don't think it's right for anyone to be bullied. Anyone. Any fucking buddy. Anybody, anywhere. I got to get down to the bottom of these fucking comments because they're never ending here. Hold on. I'm like 15 minutes behind. Yeah, they do that to Karen too. Like, oh, you're in New York. Like, okay. And she could drive here anytime she wants. She's my friend. Like, and she talks to me every single day. So as a matter of fact, Karen from New York probably knows more than most of the people who actually live here because she talks to me every day. So she knows more than most anyone does. Yeah, we have had a lot of trolls in the last couple lives since we started obviously talking about this because that's to be expected. If you're talking about something people don't want you fucking talking about, right? You know? It can get extremely rough, you know? I applaud you for that, Donna, because you know, it's hard being the one sort of voice at the moment. I would love for there to be more, you know? We got your back 100%. Wait, from what? He has what video? The link under. Hold on. Wait, underwear. I said underwear. My daughter gets me with that one all the time. She's like, Mommy, where is it? Under. I'm like, underwear. She's like, aha, I got you to say underwear. I'm like, yeah, I can't either. What link? What link am I showing? What link? This? I'm confused, goddammit. There's a link at the top of chat, if that's what you're talking about for donations. That's at the top of chat. I'm confused. What link are we talking about? God damn it. Check the links in the post. What post? Damn it. What are we talking about? I know. English is like your second or third language, right? But which post? Which post? God damn it. When is it going to turn on the glare? Oh, that's sooner than later for sure. Discard phase in full effect. What in the actual fuck? Oh, well, I mean, mean, she's a huge hypocrite. Not you, Jess, not our Jess, but yes, I mean, I mean, when did she not? I rage quit Free Karen Reed cult in December. I still supported Karen, but that is when I realized Free Karen Reed was a machine and not about Karen. Well, yeah, I'm glad for you for figuring it out, though, Melissa. And I've had some really nice talks with you, and I appreciate those because, you know, when people come to me and they have the balls to, I think it's a nice thing to get to know someone who before didn't really, you know, wouldn't have contacted you. You know what I'm saying? Me. I am the creator. That is me. I'm the creator of said channel. That's me. That would be me, the host. I'm the creator. You're totally welcome. Well, a lot of people try to give him credit where it's not due. And again, like most of you know, I think she's guilty, but that doesn't mean people need to tear each other down or hate each other or you know, spread other people's personal information on the internet just because they don't agree on a case. Do you hear how wild that is? How wild that sounds? Like, oh, they don't agree with me on this case, so we should destroy them. Why? I'll tell you why. Because Aiden didn't like that person. Not because they did anything wrong, not because they're a bad person, but simply because Aiden had some petty jealousy issue. They knew something they shouldn't have, or someone else he, quote, liked at that point didn't like them. Now it's time to destroy you. And he uses a mob of people to do it by saying, don't like that person. That person is bad, right? I mean, I don't know how many times he's called Donna a scammer. She's not a scammer. That didn't happen. So it's like, how many times is he going to call a multitude of people scammers who aren't? Make it make sense, right? Make it make fucking sense. Wow. 826 of you on X and 200. So there's about 1,027 people. Yeah, I'm sure TikTok is. I don't do a lot of TikTok. I got to pick it back up. You know, I have to, but I haven't really messed with TikTok in a while. I bet they are greedy. I bet they do take a big cut, you know? I mean, yeah, it's okay if you disagree. It's totally okay. No, I don't think Melanie Little, I don't think it had anything to do with Melanie Little. You know, you are. Listen, if I was rich, I would pay every mod because I think they do a very fucking important job. A very important job. A very, very important job. I think they go out of their way to, you know, be mods in every channel that they're in. And they have to deal with trolls. They have to deal with shitty people. They have to deal with people, you know, being awful to them too. And I feel like there should be a way to like pay your mods. If I was a bigger channel, if I was the size of some of these other larger creators, I would probably get 1 or 2 mods, make sure that they could be on every time I'm streaming and pay them. Thank you, baby. I would pay them because I think they do an important fucking job and they deserve to be paid too. But until we get to that point, we got to suck it up. Or as Jess Machado says, we're slumming. We're slumming, right? We're slumming. That's such a fucking stupid thing to say. Such a stupid thing to say for somebody who just created a channel that everyone else is slumming because they did something you don't like. You know? I mean, no, you're definitely entitled to your opinion, my friend. You're totally welcome. No. I am not Lindsay. Do I look like Lindsay? No, I am not Lindsay. I'm Elise, not Lindsay. Although I know Lindsay and she's lovely. I'm Elise. I've had like 3 different people call me Lindsay before, something like coming into the chat, and I'm like, I mean, to be fair, I think she's much prettier than me, but I'll take it as a compliment because I think, again, she's got a much smaller frame than me and she's very pretty. Oh, that's awesome, Brooklyn Rules. That is freaking awesome. Congratulations for you. 31 years is a long freaking time, my friend. Good for you. I love that. See, that's the kind of stuff I like to see in this community. I freaking love that. I love that when people can be open like that and they feel like they can share that with us. Like that is something to applaud, not something. And I don't care if you've been sober for a day, a week, a month. Like, congratulations, because it's a fucking hard thing to do when you have that kind of trauma, right? Oh, yeah. She's pissed, but she's pissed for a lot of reasons. And again, he was crying about it for weeks because it wasn't just because of the wiretapping. Let's make something very, very clear here. It wasn't just because of the wiretapping. It was also because he threatened her with the blackmail in trial 1. And because he had been using her as like a scapegoat way to like have people feel bad for him, right? It was a way to make people like, oh, well, I got arrested for her. Like, no, you didn't. It had nothing to do with her. And so she was really tired of him sort of using that as a like a crutch almost, because it didn't have anything to do with that. And so it was that, and then a bunch of other like really just underhanded, sneaky, shitty things they did. All the stuff that's in his phone right now that the cops have, that's been screenshotted from Signal, things like that. Like he screenshotted things from Signal that he shouldn't have, obviously. The cops have that in his phones. So a lot of this stuff. That's me. I'm Elise. That's me. That's me. I do have an X account. It's at Twisted Tragedy 3. So it's not Twisted Tragedies. It's at Twisted Tragedy 3. And then my name, Twisted Tragedies, will pop up. Maybe Jess can put it in chat at Twisted Tragedy 3. And that's how you can find me on X. Hey, unhappy author, you just played that back on 1.5 and you might be able to catch up, you know? See, the links aren't popping up though. I don't know why. You're not like, apparently other people are trying to say, let me check my inbox here. Oh, hold on. Mark sends another $10. Thank you, Mark. That was very nice of you. It says, for remember, Kara Reed is an alcoholic, drunk driver, murderer. I agree with you, my friend. Listen, I get it. I agree. But again, there are other people that don't agree. But we all know my opinion, my stance on it. I just think that you know, at this point, maybe people can start understanding the kind of man that they're dealing with. Oh, you sent a DM. All right, yeah, let's try that on X. You know, it's weird. I don't know if any of you guys have this problem, but I do not get notifications on my regular phone when I get a message on X. I've checked them. They're supposed to be there. I don't know. Definitely. Let me see.
Intimidator to be the hottest.
Oh, yeah, that's AI. That's AI. I mean, he's trying to play a game by being like, confirmed real. No, 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 he doesn't. He does not, Chris. Chris was just asking me if he had any real friends. No. So that's the thing, right? That should, like, the man doesn't even have real friends in real life. Not a single one. Not a fucking single one. Why do you think that is? Because every single person that he has ever interacted with, he has screwed in some way. You know? I couldn't be that low either, but you see what happens, you know? Like, you see what happens. You can catch up on 1.5. It'll make you catch up faster. Let's see. I love that, Brooklyn. I absolutely love that. A freaking men. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's triggering. I understand it. I do. Thank you, MYB. Ooh, there are some good ones out there. But remember, we're still dealing with, I think probably Nima, because we had a multiple rose waters in here. And like some weren't so very kind. So I think that might be the problem with her, is that they were all blocked, because at that point there were fake ones coming in, just doing the trolling thing. So we couldn't tell who was what, you know? But that is awesome. Thank you, Laura. You know, I just want people to take a good look at what the hell has been going on, right? And think about what they have said to other people in defense of this quote movement they were in, right? And if it made sense. Did it make sense? Did you feel the need to like be more forceful or angry with someone because that's the energy you were given, right? Because that's the energy that's been surrounding that movement for a long time, is a lot of hate and a lot of anger. And I don't think it would have went that way if you didn't have him sort of trying to run the ship. And the problem is he gets very petty and jealous over really small, mundane things. And then it's like, you know, destroy, destroy, destroy until you go away and no one listens to you. Like, that's just how it is, unfortunately, you know? Yeah, we'll try to look. Maybe we can have, maybe if one of you guys can have her send her YouTube, like when you go to your own YouTube profile, there should be like a www./.youtube/ and then like name letters. If you can have her send that to me, I can take her off the like blocked, list thing. And because there's there's like 5 Rosewater. Somebody was clearly using that name and like being a troll because they saw her at some point, And so I think we just blocked them all at that point if we can't tell who's who, Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's a situation that's happening. The wiretapping happened, and it's nobody should be fucking wiretapped, but at the same time, it's like, at what point? Yeah, see, I think there's fake ones. That's what I'm saying. There's definitely fake ones, though. Like there are, I know, because they've come into my chat with the exact same name, and we know that there was 2 at one time, so we know that there's fake ones with the same name. Well, I think that too, afraid to get sued, but also, he picks on people who he knows don't have like the funds, like the money to sit there and just sue him for defamation. So his famous thing is like, oh, sue me for defamation. It's like, nobody has 30 grand to just sue you for defamation all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's why he does it. Like, oh, well, if you don't sue me for defamation, you can't prove him a liar. Like, no, you can by just saying like, hey, he's lying. I mean, it's that simple. He's a fucking liar. Well, that's the other thing. It was given to him. The case, he didn't look into it. He didn't investigate it. As a matter of fact, he says in his own words, it was fed to him. And it was. The case was fed to him. It could have been fed to anyone. Literally anyone. And we wouldn't be talking about him right now. It would be someone else, right? You got to tell me. He judges people's looks all the time. It's amazing to me that he actually does that too. Like judges people's looks. It's like, have you seen yourself, dude? You should probably not be judging other people's looks, my dude. And that's not okay either. That's not okay. You don't get to threaten people. Like, well, I'll tell you, he does support him, and he covers for him because he let out the extraction. And if they find out that he let the extraction out after Aiden gave it to him, they can both be in a lot of trouble with the court system. It can put, Aiden in a very precarious situation. So he has to protect him. Otherwise, he's screwing himself. No surprise package. I fucking love you, Donna. Lies, yeah? Interesting. So if you think it's lies, why are you watching? Bye. I love when people come here and just be like, how do you know? How do you know? That's a lie. It's like, okay, cool. So when all of it comes out and all of that is put in your face and you still say it's like AI or it's fake, like don't say I didn't tell you so. Because this scenario right here, right now, Karen v. Aiden fighting each other, I called this. I called this a billion times over. I called this, and I called him turning on pretty much anybody else he has anything to do with. And he's done it one by one. Why? Because it's who he is. The dude cannot keep a personal relationship. He can't keep a professional relationship. No reputable media company will fucking touch him with a 10-foot pole. Does not anybody wonder why? He called the producers at Court TV cunts. Okay? From Julie Grant's producers. He called them cunts, and so they said, we're never going to have him on again. Then he got all upset when other people were invited on about the case. And it's like, you did it to your fucking self. And you're blaming other people. And then now you're threatening and trying to blackmail other people because you're mad because you can't get on those channels anymore because of what you did and said. The fuck out of here. like, come on, man. Oh, Rosalie's. Okay, hold on. We can go back. Hold on. I have 3. Oh, why did it? Let me look. Hold on. Oh, you're right. It does. Hold on. Oh, God. Do I want to see this? I don't. You knew Erica. Oh, God. Maybe don't record people's phone calls. Hold on.
people obviously know about this. So it's about to as to why Karen will have nothing to do with Aiden Turtleboy.
Oh God.
They're saying that people obviously know about this.
So that was a Spaces. Now we go back. Hackers. Let's go back. Hold on. It says detective. First, I wanted to say, wait, Aiden Kearney 2, Wade Brown. 12/30/20. Oh yeah, this is 2020. First, I wanted to say thank you for taking this seriously. The whole ordeal has been traumatic and gets worse with time. I'm following up on this to see if any of it was useful and update you on some new information. I had a harassment order hearing in Leominster yesterday for a man named Brett Killeran who used to work for me and has been threatening my family since going separate ways last month. Leah Gentile immediately befriended him and is a regular on his YouTube channel show called The Settlement. Prior to the hearing, I had written out something I was going to read to the court on the notepad on my MacBook computer. I then copy and pasted the text from that into a Facebook group message I'm in with 3 other women to help me revise it. Oh, shit, I can't see. It's going like too fast. They were the only ones that had access, the only one to receive this as soon as the hearing ended. So basically this is showing like this was the hackening, I believe, where he claimed that everybody else hacked his shit. Except that's not what happened. Like, this is him complaining about, like, I think, revenge porn or something. And Kate and Brett and complaining. Thank you. Wah, wah, Cry Me a River, detectives. This is back in 2021. Now, mind you, this was all at the same time that he was using the police as like a sword and a shield, right? Where he was telling the cops basically that he needed these charges against these people, and he was manufacturing receipts and threatening himself with other accounts and then saying it was them. And then bringing that to court to prove it was them. I kid you not.
Chrissy wiretapped this person. She sends me the audio. She doesn't tell me it's wiretapped. I play it. Hadassah hears it. Hadassah calls the Milford police. The Milford police ask Chrissy, did you get her consent to do that? Did you tell her you were taping? No. Yes, that is okay, well, you've just admitted to a felony. And now they ask me, did she tell you that it was wiretap? No.
Yes.
What the fuck?
So let me be clear here. He told her to do this for him, and she was like, "Isn't that a crime?" And he was like, "No, it's fine." Basically, he listened to it, and then what did he do? He flipped on her and had her take the federal wiretapping charge because he couldn't be honest with the detectives, his audience, or anyone else for that matter. Okay, so he hung it on Chrissy Yakomowski's shoulders because why? Well, he couldn't take responsibility for anything he did. No. He's got to blame someone else. And she got a federal wiretapping charge for that.
What the fuck?
Please don't post that audio. I'm so afraid of getting sued. I won't. Seriously, Ray will be so pissed. Thank you. Well, it's illegal, so I'd get in trouble too.
Just called me and they're like, "Hey, did you know about this?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't know anything." Okay, thank you. So it gets dropped. And because I said that, the person who reported got charged with 2 felonies. And I thought it was a joke at first. I'm like, felonies? They're being charged with wiretapping and disseminating wiretapping. So this is a turnaround, right? This is a turnaround. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. It sucks. You want to charge for Turtleboy.
Look in the mirror, say.
Chrissy got on her tape. It's 45 minutes of insanity. I'll send it to you. I just got through the whole thing. I put it out there on one of the Milford boards already. I will help find real shelters for any of Hadassah's residents who may be displaced over this.
What's up, you useless?
Keep that combo private for now. Obviously, it's a felony, LOL. I'm blown away, though. I'll teach them to make their bets, right? She treats them like they're her pet retards. And and saying her 22-year-old son is a child. Well, it's my child, right? It doesn't matter if my kid's 20, 25, 30, it's my child.
I'm the guy that played the fucking tape. I'm the reason this is happening in the first place. I'm happy to testify against this bitch.
His friend, right? He's happy to testify against his friend he set up for wiretapping. Amazing, isn't it? The way he fucking lies. It's goddamn fucking amazing. I know, I need to do my shorts too. We are growing, we are. Slowly but surely. That's right, we do. Yeah, we listen to it anyway, fuck it. Right? Hey, Case. Well, yeah, of course the talking points came from her. We know that because he was, just like he said, he was fed, right? He was fed the case, you know? Oh, he takes the cake all right. You know, I just, no one should be harassed. No one should be bullied. No one, right? He plays the victim card very fucking well. Very well. And people believe him. People believe him. Like, oh, poor Aiden. Poor Aiden. Karen won't talk to him. Poor fucking Aiden. Horrible. Meredith's horrible. She's horrible. She's a horrible human being. Let's just literally not mince words here. Her whole playing, I already spoke on this. Her playing the victim the other day made my fucking stomach turn. Oh, the Mer account was so mean to me. Meanwhile, she's got Chrissy Albert 1993, Beery R. White account, the Cheeky Reddington account, Ghetto Mellow, and a few others I can't think of off the top of my head, but no. And she relentlessly attacked women she doesn't know, women she's never met. You know, the one time I saw her at the courthouse, somebody said something under their breath to her. She was coming out of the bathroom and there was 3 of us standing there. She automatically assumed it was me. So she stood all tall and was like, you had something to say, and looked right directly at me. So I walked right back over to her and I got right up in her face and I said, and what? And then she didn't know what to do with herself at that point. Somebody challenged her, right? She didn't know what to do. So this is what she did. She looked at me and she went, ugh, your skin. She turned around and walked away. No more than 5 minutes later, does she send Chrissy and her 2 greasy-haired friends, so 3 other women, to where we were waiting for the bathroom, to start a fucking problem. Needless to say, I was dragged out of the courthouse because I was done playing fuck. I'm not going to sit there and have you talk shit for 20 minutes. Let's just fucking handle this and call it a day. Shall we? Fucking shall we? I chose violence that day. All right? Don't choose violence, folks. I chose violence that day. Don't be a hothead like me. I was just done. I was done with the bullying, the harassment, the playing fuck games. It was all at that point well worth it to me to choose to deal with the fucking situation for all the people that they continue to harm by being horrible, horrible people, hiding behind these fake stock accounts, relentlessly talking about women's looks, how much they make, where they live, where they don't live, whether they've been homeless, how many kids they have, how old their kids are, where they live, government names, the whole fucking shebang. And it's really just disgusting. It's disgusting. So her playing victim the other day for the one Mary Neal account that would, by the way, was in response to her mean girl behavior is fucking insane to me. I'm so sorry, Melissa. We've talked about this. It's just not okay. You know? Yeah, that's what happened, right? People stole her name to be an asshole. And I think that's what happened is we ended up just blocking all of them because we couldn't tell at that point. And, you know. If you accidentally get booted, you can always just, you know, send me a message, send Jess a message, and we'll fix it for you. It happens. You did. Most people did. Anybody who knows anything about, like, this narcissist called it. I mean, it's something that anybody, pretty much anyone could call at this point. You know? Oompa Loompa is right. I feel like I wish I had that song, but I get copyright strike. Oompa Loompa, Doompa Dee Doo. Yes, that is the Donna. Yes, she is the Donna. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was the hackening, right? That's what we called it, the hackening. That's what they called it, the hackening, where he pretended he was hacked. Yeah. You know? Yeah, but he did. So he made not only did he make a Pornhub account, he made a Pornhub account with a picture of Lindsay and her 3-year-old daughter. Then lied and said he didn't make it. She made it of herself, which is funny because he did the exact same thing to Leah and then told everyone that she made it herself. So he used the same excuse twice. The problem with that was he was caught making the Leah one, and he admitted it to not only Lindsay but other people. So we knew he did, right? He deleted it after the cops took his phone. Deleted the website from a computer. But at that point, we already knew it was him. So, but he did the exact same thing. Again, the man does what he thinks has worked in the past. So it's a pattern of behavior over and over and over, over and over and over. He's made Pornhub accounts of multiple fucking people, dude. Multiple people. Not one, not two, multiple fucking people. You hit it right on the nose, Maestro. I agree with this. He does need to be in jail. He's very harmful. You know? Again, someone one day, I'm not going to say who, but one day, someone literally said to me, Elise, I don't know. If this was the olden days, somebody would have already wrapped him up in a blanket and stuffed him in a trunk. I don't know how that hasn't happened yet. And I just had to die laughing because it was like, if you think about it, and you're like, I'm from the Boston area. So I think back to like when I was little, and like, that's really how shit was handled like back then in Boston. Like, all right, you want to fuck around? I'm gonna stuff you in trunk, take you for a little ride, kidnap you, maybe beat you up a little, leave you in the middle of nowhere, and call it a fucking day. Like, that's how it was handled when I was younger. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's not the way you handle things now, but it was just so funny that the person said that. I was like literally dying. It was so funny for me. I was like, oh my God, of course you would say some shit like that. It was just, what? Caught me so off guard, but it was so funny. Bingo. And they've done this a multitude of times, baiting people into making legal mistakes or baiting people into committing a crime. And if they can't do it, they will literally make up a crime. They'll go to the police station and say, this person did this, this, and this. They texted me and said they were going to kill me. And then they literally will make a fake account, put their name on it in their phone, say it's them, bring it to the police station, show them the screenshot, say, see, it's them, right? And get them charged with something they didn't do. He's done that a multitude of times. Okay? A multitude of times. And we said it was him. Oh my God. See, this is what I mean. Now, this is before I even read this fucking message. I'm going down them now. It only shows me 5 at a time. This is what I mean. He did the exact same thing to Leah and Lindsay and told the world that it was them that made it. It wouldn't be him. It was them. They made it of themselves. Why the fuck would they make it of themselves? Common sense, dude. But you know what? They bought it hook, line, and sinker like idiots. Everyone in this chat bought it hook, line, and fucking sinker. I can't believe some of the shit they actually believe, you know? It's way a step too far. Beyond, of course he suggested again, because that's what he's done numerous times before. You know? The veiled threats is his famous thing. You could play with me and see what the fuck happens. Like, I am a little bit of a firecracker. Just a little bit. Well, that's the thing. What you want to run your fucking cum catcher, and yep, I know for the people who don't like vulgar shit, I'm sorry, but I fucking said it, right? If you're gonna run your fucking cum catcher out of the side of your goddamn neck, that at least have the same fucking bite that you do have bark. Because don't fucking bark at me if you ain't got no goddamn bite. I am not the fucking one. Not the goddamn one. You're totally welcome, right? We have Donna's back because, again, no one deserves that shit. No fucking buddy. I mean, that's what it was back in the day, Jane, right? Like, drop you off to the New Bedford fisheries, nobody will find you. That's how it was back in the day. Like, that's how the mob got rid of bodies. They would drop them at the New Bedford fisheries, sleep with the fishes, and no body would be found. Gee, I wonder why. You get some cement shoes, and that's what used to happen. You know, that's where somebody would help him. You know, I don't think anybody can give him the amount of fucking help that he actually goddamn needs, to be honest. That man needs help that no one on planet Earth can give him. He needs more help than anyone on planet Earth. Aww. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta check something real quick. See, you guys, I'm always getting like random little tidbits from people, and I want to thank a lot of you because a lot of you do like contribute to that in a way. A lot of you will send me things that you find, and I'll look into it further and find out some stuff that we didn't know before, right? So I thank a lot of you for doing that, right? I get DMs every day. I get emails almost every day, Facebook, X, like text messages for some of you that have my number. And I appreciate it because otherwise some stuff we wouldn't know about. Let's see. For some reason, PayPal's not giving me emails right now, and I'm not really sure why, but I'm going to check and make sure maybe it's just the email. What is happening? What's today? Today's the 4th, right? No, nothing today. Nothing in today. I don't see. Nothing is coming to PayPal today. Last one was yesterday. Yeah, 10/3. Last one was yesterday. So I haven't gotten anything to PayPal for the person that asked that question. There's a link at the top here in chat that you can click on that actually it goes to my PayPal. You can use credit or debit, or if you just put my email in, the PayPal, my email is on this thing right here, but one of a bunch of different ways that you can donate to the channel. And we do appreciate any and all donations because we are a small channel, and we, you know, in order to keep bringing content the way that we do and information the way that we do, we have expenses. It just is how it is. Unfortunately, that's the you know, part of doing YouTube. So if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so one of a bunch of different ways. We have Venmo, we have Cash App, we have PayPal, we have Revolut, we have Chime, we have a link at the top of the chat. It's also, all that is in the description of the video, along with our wish lists for Amazon and Walmart. Those are there as well. The link will work for people in all different countries as well. And you can just enter any amount and use a credit or debit because that's the option that we have for people who don't have any of the payment apps and wanted another option. You know, there's no 1983 claim. You know, it's just not. There isn't. There isn't. There isn't. There is no claim. You know, for me, it's hard because I watched the JFK show. I've been watching the last couple to see like what's, you know, he's the only one sort of actually giving you guys any tidbits of anything. And there's 1,146 people, 48 people. It's going up on 49 on X watching. So there's only 208 of you here on YouTube. But right now I'm almost at 1,200 on X. Okay. And there's a reason for that. Because people want to know what the fuck is going on. They don't want these vague, nonsensical, you'll find out, you'll know. Like, if I don't know what to say, I don't fucking know, right? And if I can't say it, I'm just going to say I can't say it right now, right? But the bottom line is this, is Aiden decided he was going to record Karen. And then he wanted to fucking blame everybody else on planet Earth after he denied it vehemently. This isn't a Karen decided she just hated him after a wiretap. This was after many, many things Aiden did. And I went over it earlier, including trying to blackmail her in trial 1 because they didn't save him a seat in court. And he was so fucking upset about it, right? So upset that he went as far as trying to blackmail Karen. And her attorneys were like, Alan Jackson was like, no one is going to help us. The state police aren't going to help us. There's no one's going to, what can we really do? Right? He went that far. He said, I am going to go to Tully with everything I have if you don't do X, Y, and Z. What kind of threat is that, Aiden? So you have to remember, even after trial 1, she already had to be very weary of him. And of course, I'm sure he played it off like that. Well, it wasn't, that's not what the way he always does. But then it became more and more and more and more and more things that he was doing, lies that he was telling, narratives that he was pushing to his audience that just weren't true. I got arrested for Karen Reed. No, you didn't. Flat out. No, you didn't. You got arrested for dissemination of wiretapping, for wiretapping your ex-girlfriend and then trying to change that audio to add in, oh, I'm recording. It's not a recording, by the way. It's a video. So let's make something clear here. It is a fucking video. That's how he does it. The original audio from Lindsay is not just audio. It's a video. He puts it on and then he puts it, you can see him put it in his pocket. Okay? To hide it. puts it in his pocket to hide it. Puts the video on, puts it in his pocket, right? Same thing he did to Karen, except he didn't put it in his pocket that time. Exact same thing. Literally, so he got charged with the wiretapping and he got charged with witness intimidation. That had nothing to do with Karen Read. So he didn't get arrested and go to jail for 60 days because of Karen Read. I don't want to hear this, oh, well, he was taken from his kids for 60 days. If I fucking hear that one more time, I'm going to fucking throw up, dude. His choices put him there. His choices. Not everybody else's. His choices of what he did that night put him in a jail cell. No one else. It is nobody else's fault but his own. Maybe he should think twice about committing fucking crimes if he doesn't want to sit in a jail cell. Kind of common sense, no? You don't run around committing crimes if you don't want to go to jail? I mean, this whole let's blame everyone else, this whataboutism. Well, what about what this person did? What about what that person did? Deflect, deflect, deflect. He's a shitty person, people. Okay? It's really not that deep. It's not that deep. He wasn't trying to use it for a fucking documentary. You need permission from both parties for that. All right? It had nothing to do with a documentary. He recorded it. He wanted to use it for blackmail later on. JFK didn't get quite to telling you guys that. And I don't know if it's because Karen didn't want him to tell you guys that right now. Or, you know, like, I don't know why. Right? But the bottom line is he wanted to use it later on for blackmail. That is why he recorded Karen. Make no mistake about it. All right. That is the fucking reason. I think JFK is the only one that's gotten even semi close to telling you guys what the fuck is actually going on. You got Jess Machado over here taking shots at all the other Free Karen Read creators while trying to simp for Aiden. And then what happens? Aiden accuses her of sending that screenshot to Kate. Kate doesn't need Jess Machado's help to get that. I don't need Jess Machado's help to get that. I get shit like that all the time. Aiden doesn't seem to realize how many people in his own goddamn circle send shit to us. A lot. Want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because they can't stand him. Do you want to know why they can't stand him? Because he's a fucking horrible person. And they have to sit there and watch what a horrible person he is. And they're too afraid to do it themselves because they're afraid of being attacked. They're afraid of their families being dragged through the mud. They're afraid of him using a mob on them, so they send it to people like us who have already had a mob of people. Now, I don't talk to Kate, so I don't know where Kate got it from. I haven't talked to Kate in well over a year. I have no idea where she got hers from, but I know there's multiple copies out there. I get shit from all sorts of people all the time. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that people like seem to think that if you're not like a Free Karen Read creator that you just don't know anything. It's like we probably know more than even some of the Free Karen Read creators do. Okay? Because people very close to him don't fucking like him for a reason. The shit he does privately is even more deplorable. You think what happens publicly is gross? Whew. You ain't seen nothing yet, sweetie. You ain't saying nothing yet. The shit he does in private is even more disgusting. You think the screaming and yelling he does on his show is bad? Imagine the dude calling you and screaming and yelling and demanding and saying things like, you don't hold power in this relationship. I do. You don't tell me. I fucking tell you. You are going to do this, this, and this right fucking now. That's a real conversation he had with someone that I know about on the phone. I'm friends with this girl. And he still tries to come at her. Still. Randomly. I said, tell him you're going to get a restraining order. And she did. And he left her alone for a little. He left her alone for a little bit after that. And then, you know, after months and months, it came back around at another point, you know, and said he was going to. But this is the shit that he does in private to women, never mind men, but women that he thinks he can dominate by scaring. And that's what he does. He'll send veiled threats, and those veiled threats will then turn into real threats where he's screaming, yelling, telling you, you're going to do this and you're going to do that and you're going to do it right fucking now. Because if you don't, he's going to make you Kate Peter famous or Turtleboy famous. And do you know what he can do to you? He's going to destroy you. I will make sure everything you love is buried. These are the phrases that he has used not once, not twice, but over and over and over and over. Does that sound like someone that's not unhinged? Does that sound like a normal human being who has those types of conversations. Does that sound like someone who's fucking innocent of anything? I know damn sure I don't need to threaten people. I know damn sure I don't need to try to blackmail people. I don't need to record people. I don't need to scream at people. I don't need to demand they do things. Isn't that amazing? Why? Because I have nothing to hide. So why would I need to scream at anybody? Why would I need to demand they do anything? I can do all the things I need to do myself. Why would I be demanding other people do it for me? Oh, that's right. Because you're usually demanding that someone, unravel truth they told someone to then tell it as a lie because you got caught. I mean, bottom line is if you are not questioning in your mind why he wiretapped Karen Read and putting together the pieces, the fact that he wiretapped her so that he could use it as blackmail. JFK got this close to telling you guys and just stopped. And I don't know why he did. I don't talk to him or anybody on a show. I have no knowledge on why he stopped. I can only guess that it's because Karen didn't want him to. But that's the reason. The reason is because he was going to blackmail Karen with it later on. He was very upset that she was snubbing him. She wasn't giving him the thank yous he wanted. She wasn't including him on any book deals and movie deals because she thought he was a cesspool at that point. And she was trying to keep her distance from him, but also not have him go off the deep end. And so she would still talk with him. But because he was being snubbed in the other ways, media, book deals, movie deals, things like that, he was like, well, you know what? I'm going to wiretap her. And then she's going to do what the fuck I want, or I'm going to let this out there. That's what happened, folks. That's the fucking story. That is what happened. So anybody who got right there close to telling you, but didn't quite tell you, there's probably a reason, but JFK looks like he's the only person that's even willing to have that fucking conversation. You know what, Julie? If I'm such a joke, why are you here? Why are you here, sweetie? Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you go right out the back door there, love. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You go your way. If you think it's a joke, dude, by all means, think it's a fucking joke. We'll revisit that when I get to laugh and point at you. Ha ha! Like, come on, man. Right? So fucking witty you are. You're fucking goddamn original. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah. He'll do some ranting and raving. Joe Flipahead's bad. Jess Machado fucked me over. Everyone's bad. It's everyone else's fault. Me. I went to jail. I am facing 105 years of jail. Again, his fault. No one else's. Why doesn't anybody love me? My defense fund needs help. All these people are fucking assholes. Yeah, I gave her this fucking straight bootski right out the back door. Kick rocks and flip-flops, bitch. Plow rain. Goodbye. I will take out the trash tonight because I just have no fucking... Like, I've had a long day, okay? And I'm really tired of dealing with pathetic trolls, right? So I have this much patience for you, right? You plow rain, plow sand, kick rocks. I don't give a fuck. Out you go. Out. Bye-bye. Macarena your fucking ass out of here. That's the thing. There is no thinking for themselves. There is none. They're told. And it's part of brainwashing, if you didn't know, is to say the same thing over and over to people, over and over and over and over and over and over until they start repeating it and they believe it as truth. That is one of his tactics, which is to say the same things over and over and over and over. Over and over until they believe what he's saying. And then they go and they repeat it out into the abyss of social media. And then thousands of other people repeat it and so on and so forth. That's actually a part of brainwashing that cults use. Isn't that a shocker? Isn't that a fucking shocker? You know? Yep. You know, it's funny because and there's that came from fucking me. I've only been saying that for like 10 years. And there's that. Like, get the fuck out of here. Well, that's the thing. Like, I read my donations when they come in. That way I'm not reading them, all at once like that. I'll read the and again, I don't get a billion of them the way he does. It blows my mind the amount of money people are willing to throw at this piece of trash. Because if they actually knew what he was like in real life and what he did even privately, they wouldn't, unless you're a pure scumbag through and through, you wouldn't want to be anywhere near him. You wouldn't want anything to do with him. You certainly wouldn't give him a fucking penny. That's for damn sure. For damn fucking sure. I don't know how anybody lasts 10 seconds. The amount of lies that come out of his mouth in the first fucking minute are astronomical. You know? That's what he thought. He thought at the end that him and Karen were going to run off into the sunset and they were all going to get movie deals and book deals and he was going to be rich and famous and there was going to be many more opportunities. And you know what happened is he was given opportunities and then he punched those people in the face, metaphorically. And those people, those professional people, spoke to other professional people and said, don't work with him. Don't work with him. When he did what he did when it came to M. William Phelps, he slashed a lot of his own opportunity. His own opportunity, flushed it down the fucking drain. And then it got worse and worse and worse. As time went on and other people got Netflix deals and fucking this documentary deal and that documentary deal and this book and that book. And all these people are doing all these things and he's stagnant because Karen won't bring him in. She won't bring him in because she doesn't trust him. She doesn't trust him because he tried to blackmail her in trial 1 and she didn't forget that, right? And then as time went on, he just kept using her as a bait for donations for people to feel bad. Oh, I went to jail for 60 days away from my children. The dude picks his kids up off a bus and puts them on a bus. That is the most he sees of his kids other than weekends here and there. All right. So let's not fucking play ourselves. If he cared, he would fucking not get arrested and he would not do the shit that he does. The shit that he does is illegal. You cannot threaten people, dude. That is illegal. You cannot threaten you're going to do this if they don't do that. That's blackmail. Extortion. You can't do that, right? That's right. That's why you're my mod. That's why those of you who are my mods are picked to be my mods. Because I trust you and you do what needs to be done. Hey, Emily. Nebraska. You are right. It kind of, and it's also rage bait, right? It's a way to rage bait. This person's bad. Go fucking. And here's the funny part. How many times, those of you who watch me all the time, how many times have I said on my show, do not, and I mean do not, use my show as a reason to go harass, intimidate, threaten anybody. I don't care. Any fucking buddy. Nobody. Okay? I don't care who it is. No one. I have said that time and time and time and time again. You know what happened when someone pointed that out to him? I think it was JFK that pointed that out to him. He's like, I don't do that. I don't control my viewers. Controlling your view. That's the excuse you're going to use, bro. It takes 10 seconds to say, hey, if we're talking about someone on my show, please don't then go and call them or text them or email them or harass them. Please don't do that. But he won't. Why? Because that is where he gets his power from, is from this mob of people who just believe whatever he says and go and mob whoever he says is bad that day, whoever's name he mentions. He mentions someone's name. They know that is a dog whistle to go then attack that person. He doesn't have to really say more than that. All he had to say was, I'm going to remember that, JFK. In a veiled threat. And it was a fucking veiled threat. It was. And attacks came. For what? Because JFK and his co-hosts were maybe bringing out some truth he didn't want brought out. Joe Flip Ahead and Chris, the koala guy, brought out some truth he did not want out there. So that means, in his eyes, they deserve to be, taken down. Because if he just takes them down, no one will listen to what he says. Well, too late. Too late. It's out there. It's true. You did it. Just fess up, bro. Yeah, 1 million. That's how many times he said it. 1 million. I went to jail for Karen. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, he got his bail revoked. He was out on bail for witness intimidation, which, again, by the way, don't say for Karen, because you committed the witness intimidation, sir. You did. You, all right? If they can prove that she conspired, then they'll charge her with that too. It is what it is. They have her phones, and they're looking into that, obviously. And, I mean, we do know that she gave an address or addresses and names. So, I mean, yeah, that is conspiring to witness intimidate. So she might be charged with that. That's why they won't give her fphones back. Bottom line is he got charged with that and then did what he did at Lindsay's and they revoked his bail. Again, his own fucking actions. His own actions. This whole I went to jail for Karen. No, you went to jail because you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. That's why you went to jail. Like, let's get real. Well, I know back in the day, people who worked with him, literally worked with him, told me that he used to donate to himself or read phantom donations that weren't there to get more people to donate. So apparently if people donate, it'll make more people donate for whatever reason. I don't know. Never tried it myself because it's fucking shady and weird. But he used to donate to himself or read fake donations that didn't exist so that more people would donate. Like, that's fucking weird shit, bro. Like, that's Like, you need help. You need fucking help. Well, you also have to remember that it's more than half. So say, for instance, he's got 4,000 people watching his live. You have to remember that at least 2,000 or more are hate watching him so that they can download what he's saying and save it as evidence. They're not watching him because they like his content. They're watching him because he's a fucking scumbag that lies 24/7, and they're going to use the evidence to then send to the police and say, here you go. Here's fucking evidence that he lied again, and it pertains to his cases. So here you go. He's just too stupid to shut the fuck up. I mean, he's a nightmare client. I would never take him on. If I was any of his attorneys, they'd be like, I got to bow out of this, bro. You're doing too much damage to yourself. I cannot pick up all these pieces. Sorry, not sorry. Can't do it. But his lawyers are too fame hungry to do that. They're yes men. They'll do whatever he wants. How embarrassing as a lawyer do you have to be to actually write turtle derangement syndrome in a fucking motion? A made up medical condition you put in a legal motion? A judge is not going to like that. Let's just be clear here. Judge is not going to think it's cute. I would be fucking embarrassed as an attorney. Embarrassed. That would never go in a legal motion. Not fucking ever. Not fucking ever. Jimbo's my buddy. That's my buddy. Can someone please watch it and tell me who he's making fun of? What, this? We already watched this. Or, oh, you mean his live stream now? Yeah, I don't watch it. You guys can tell me what happens, but I don't. Yeah, I don't like her anymore, but I also just don't like him either. So I do not have, because this is not what this show is about. And, I think maybe Lindsay needs to say her own piece, and then you guys can listen to what she has to say. You know what I mean? Like, listen to what she has to. Grant's got some fucking wild theories. I listen, I've already said, like, Grant's wild conspiracy theories. I can't jump on those. Sorry. Nope. Those are fucking out there. Some of that shit is insane. I mean, at one point he accused me of working with Kate. I haven't talked to Kate in a fucking year, bro. Like, that's like cuckoo shit. Like, I like, what? I don't work for anybody but myself, YouTube, and you guys. That's it. Like, that's it. Yeah, right? I cannot. Yes, no. His story is not important. You know what's not important? That he keeps doing this to himself and blaming everyone else. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. You have one that ran someone over, and one that fucking has tried to put people in jail by setting them up, and then also claiming himself that he is set up at every turn. Now, let me remind you that before Karen Reed, there were a couple things that came out, scandals that he had done, where he claimed he was set up, right? Part of that was the hackening, which was the first part of this video here, the hackening, which he was set up. Everything is set up. He's always set up. And that was long before Karen Reed. He has been claiming every time he gets caught doing something he shouldn't have, or some scandal, that he was set up. Again, well before Karen Reed. Then this comes along, and then he's set up. I mean, it's absurd. Anybody who knows anything about him before Karen Reed knows that's fucking absurd. Not only that, but if you know what happened, you know he wasn't set up. There was no setup. Nobody set him up. Kate didn't set him up. He set himself up like a fucking idiot by going to Lindsay's house and threatening her and doing what he did. He set himself up. He did it to himself like an idiot. Right. He made his own choices. A grown-ass fucking man that acts like a toddler. Oh, God. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, he did. Remember that rant that he's not giving one dime to Karen Reed, not out of any of the merch, not out of any of the money, because it's his money and he doesn't have to, and how dare anybody ask me? But it's funny because then he went on to each content creator and said, well, you said you were going to donate 10%. You only donated 9%. You're a fucking scammer. I kid you not. Like, this is the shit that he would do. And so people started asking him, well, how much have you donated, Aiden? Well, I don't fucking have to. I broke the story. I don't fucking have to, and I'm not going to. And everybody can fuck off. Like, that was his whole thing. Like, what, bro? Right? Well, that's why he tries to get ahead of it first by trashing you first. Here's the funny part. I was never going to reveal his secrets, right? Because I could care less, right? I could care less. But because I knew what I knew at that point, in his brain, because he's so paranoid, because he screws over so many people, because he does so many shady things, in his mind, everybody does the shady things that he does, so he's got to attack, right? So you're not the only one, Klebar, that figured this out. There's a lot of you. To a lot of people's credit, some people figured it out as soon as he attacked me. They were like, whoa, that doesn't smell right. Like, something right there don't smell right. Nope, hold on. Wait a second. And some people actually figured it out immediately. And to those people, I say thank you. But others, it has taken some time for them to figure it out. Because once people actually do get to know me, like as a person, they're like, wait a second. Like that doesn't make what he's saying doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't jive with your real life. Not even a little. Like, not even a little. Not even a fucking little. That's exactly why, because we know things that he does not want other people to know that he does not want anybody to listen to what we have to say about him, because he knows if they did, guess what? Well, you might need to clean that shit up before you go live, sir. You might need to. You might need to wipe your ass. Wipe your ass, sewer turtle. Wipe it. And I don't think you can. You're down there in the sewer, right? Like, by the way, we're on this show. So just from now on, if you're here in my chat, just fully know that this man's name is not Turtleboy here. This man's name is the Sewer Turtle, because he is in the sewer with all the shit, covered in shit and full of shit. So he is on this show, the Sewer Turtle. I give you the Sewer Turtle, everyone. Oh, man. Get out of here. You're fucking kicking the ass. Get out the back door. You know, that's a damn good question. I think our legal system has a long way to go when it comes to making sure that he serves time. But I do think that he's done a lot of fuckboy shit. You know, a lot of fuckboy shit. And I think karma comes to collect, right? You can't keep doing illegal shit. You can't keep threatening people. You can't keep doing all this shit and then nothing ever happens. Eventually, it all catches up. I don't put bad karma in this world because guess what? It comes fucking back. I put good karma in this world, and I might not have a lot to give when it comes monetarily, but what I do have to give is all of the information that I hold in my brain and all the various people that I have helped for the last 18 years. I help with domestic violence. I help with homelessness. I help with addiction. I help with people who need to get, you know, benefits or are looking for certain things to help. They own a house and they need help and they need, you know, gas and they can't afford to get gas to heat their home. There are programs out there that can help you. I help them find those programs, the ones that I know exist, help them qualify for them by filling out the paperwork and doing all of that stuff, showing them where things are that they didn't know existed, right? I will sit and do your kid's IEP meeting. I have done several child's EEP meetings, including my daughter for her whole life, all the way through all the way from kindergarten through high school. I did my nephews in preschool and again every year. He's autistic, and I've done many other kids. I have a friend's kid who I did his. He also has some very rare medical conditions and stuff, and I did his for many, many, many years. We fired the attorney because the attorney was not, there was an attorney that she had that was supposed to be an advocate. They did a terrible fucking job because they work with these districts all the time. So they're not really doing the best they can for that one child because, well, we have to work with the district again with other children. So they don't want to rock the boat. No, that's not my job. My job is to work for the child and the parent for what they need. So I'll rock that fucking boat until it flips over. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's okay. We like that troll. Right? Don't tape us, man. Don't wiretap us, bro. It's not fucking nice. No, of course not. Douche nozzle. No, yay. Thank you, Ella. I appreciate you. Nah, that's not him. But either way, it's funny. I mean, if you pooped your pants, sir, you might need to change those. Go get a diaper. I mean, he acts like a baby enough, right? Fuck. Acts like a baby enough. Oh, wasn't the normal intro? Oh, so he's not going to scream about Karen Reed again for another fucking 5 hours? That's not going to happen? Shock! The shock and horror. The shock and the horror. Fucking idiot. Right? I cannot. I love that I'm your priority, by the way. There's 1,343 people watching from X. I don't know why they're always on X. It makes no fucking logical sense to me, but cool. Well, Well, he does. You know, his dinosaur arms are a problem. He does not like if you talk about his tiny arms. He gets really upset about that. He's very self-conscious of his tiny arms. So don't tell him he has dinosaur arms and that they're tiny. He does not like that. It's not a nice thing, guys. He doesn't. It's not. He hates it. He hates it so much. So don't do it to him. Don't tell him he's got tiny arms, and you know, don't tell him to not do the diary of the wimpy sewer turtle. Guys, I am Turtleboy. Me. Don't be mean to me. I'm Turtleboy. I will ruin your life. Officer, please don't arrest me for doing wiretapping crimes against Karen Reed because I broke the story, sir. Sir, I am the story. I broke the story, sir, so you cannot arrest me for Karen Reed, okay? Can't do it, sir. Just cannot do it. It's not nice. It's not nice to me. It's Turtleboy. Not do it. Not fucking do it. Those are his issues. I broke the story, so you guys have to love me. You didn't break the story. You were fed the story. There's a fucking... Yeah, you would have to pay me to watch it, and even then, I can't promise that I'd be there more than 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Right? We know this, Betty. We know this. Yeah, it's not him. Maybe. It's possibly... I mean, Ice Baby. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I get it, you know? I mean, I think his whole shtick is offending people, so I don't think he knows how to be a normal person anymore. I kid you not. I just don't think he knows how to be a normal person anymore. I think all he knows is being a vile piece of human fucking garbage, you know? It's gonna spill the beans. It's gonna spill the beans. It's gonna spill the beans. Oh man. Yeah, well, see, that's the other thing. That's the pure grift right there. 12-hour live streams. Nobody does a fucking 12-hour live stream unless there's a good purpose, right? So if you're going to do a 12-hour live stream, it should be for fundraising efforts, for, you know, someone you're trying to help that needs their house burnt down, their domestic violence victim, or maybe you're doing it for like to fundraise for yourself. That's okay too. But if you're doing a fucking 12-hour live stream, like, you're only doing it for one reason. You're doing it to get as many, you don't have a life doing anything else, and you're doing it to get as many donations and super chats and memberships as you possibly can on planet Earth. That is fucking why. There is no other reason to be doing fucking 12-hour live streams. That's absurd. Absurd. You should feel validated, Emily. You should. Oh my God. He's actually checking how many subscribers there are down to the dot. How pathetic. He said he lost a few. No, he lost a few thousand the other day. So I don't know what he's at now, but he lost a few thousand the other day. You guys have to remember, okay? And this is a quote from something he said. He said to Lindsay. He said, when they were first like starting to break up and dealing with this whole thing, he said, oh my God, and this is pertaining to something that he didn't want people knowing. He said, this was his first reaction, but I'm going to lose all my followers. That was his main concern. But I'm going to lose all my followers. That's all he fucking cared about. Not the real life situation in front of him. Just the fact that he was going to lose all his followers. That was the only fucking thing he cared about. I'm going to lose all my followers. What in the actual fuckery? What in the actual fuckery, Batman? Like, what in the hell are we doing here? Like, this is real life, right? And you're worried about, I'm gonna lose all my followers. Well, don't do fuck shit. Don't do fuck shit, and you won't, right? You fucking won't. Well, he is TB is a drama. The Sewer Turtle is a drama channel. He always has been. See, that's the funny part about it, is when he said he was going to go on and cover other cases, I'm like, that's the real grift right there. He's not a true crime channel. He never has been. Never, ever has been. But he saw the money that he could make out of Karen Reed, and he thought, oh, I can cover other cases. The problem with that is he can't read a legal document and tell you guys what it means because he fucking doesn't understand it like I can. Because he doesn't know it. He doesn't know legalese. He doesn't understand the law at all. He still thinks that magically all his charges are going to be dropped, even though Cosgrove was only off the 2 for Lindsay. He still magically thinks they're just all going to be dropped magically. Like, that's not the way it works. He literally doesn't know. So how are you going to cover a case that isn't being fed to you? You can't. He can't. I can. He can't. I'm a true crime channel. He's never been a true crime channel, right? Ever. Just ever. It's the grift. He's like, oh, I can make all this money again. He isn't fighting any justice system. He's fighting the justice system because he committed crimes. Well, that's kind of how it works, sir. Don't commit crimes. You know what I'm saying? Childish drama. You mean the same drama he brings to his channel for the last 10 years, making fun of people's looks, their names, where they live, how much money they make, whether they were an addict before, whether they weren't, whether they've been homeless. Like, that's all funny to him. That's the funny stuff. But that's not childish drama at all. No, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It's only childish drama when it pertains to him. Do you see the hypocrisy there? Like, anybody with two fucking eyeballs in their head can see the hypocrisy there. And it is amazing to me how many people still sit there and eat it up like dumbasses. Oh, yes, TB, we're here for you forever, sir. TB for life, Tudor Riders for life. Like, bro, get some fucking self-awareness. Get a little, like, you don't need a pat on the back from this asshole. You don't. You really don't. And a lot of these people who follow him are looking for it. They're looking for him to call their name out and give them a little pat on the back and say, oh, I know that guy. He's a great guy. Oh, I know that chick. She's a cool girl. He's only saying that because you sent him money. He doesn't give a fuck about you in real life. You should see the things he says about all of you. Come on. Stop it. Oh, Kendrick Lamar, yeah. He was embarrassed on social media today. Oh, because the text from Karen came out. Because she said what I already knew and what most people already knew. You are a hate. Let me repeat it. Hold on. Let's play it back. Let's say it for everybody in the back that didn't hear it earlier. Because now there's almost 1,600 people in here. So let's read it for all of you who didn't read it earlier. Okay. This is what it fucking says. This is her text message to him. And then what did he do with it? He screenshotted it and sent it to people right after. You didn't want it on social media? Well, that's a real funny way of fucking showing it. Oh, yeah, he wants it all to go away. Unfortunately for him, guess what? It ain't going away. I'm not going away. So it don't going anywhere. Now, is it? You want to know why he wants it to go away? Because if it's done to him and it's real, no, nobody can talk about it. Make it go away. But if it's someone else, he just steps on the gas. He doesn't care if they're going to commit suicide. He doesn't care if he's harmed someone with his lies. As long as everybody hates them because they know something that he doesn't want them to, he does not care who he hurts. But magically, he wants everybody to shut up and go away now, right? Just drama. Nobody should talk about it anymore. It's his private business. Private business, but you lost that privilege, my dude. You don't fucking have private business anymore. The second you stop talking about everybody else's private business and making shit up is the second that you will have it back. But until then, go fuck yourself. Here is a fucking big plate of fuck off and a side order of fuck yourself. So this is what Karen said to Aiden via text. Not only did you illegally record me and lie about it, you doubled down and flat out made fun of me, ? You sold out the Wilbur and I live with my parents, ? Mocking that I lost my home to fight for my freedom, ? That I have loving, in parentheses, cool parents that I want to spend time with, ? How about the part where you repeatedly asked me to do the Wilbur with you? She put with in big bold letters, with you. And I turned it down. How about the fact that you lived on a couch until my case came along and you were able to move forward and get a life of your own, ? Because of my case. I've never treated you anywhere close to this, never made fun of you, never shared screenshots or recordings. I'm realizing you're actually just a nasty, hateful, negative person, taking shots at me purely because you can, because you know I'm limiting to whom and where I speak. Enjoy screenshotting this message. Make sure everyone sees it so they know the real you. And that made him embarrassed. Well, I mean, that is the real you. He's backing off talking about the relevant story tonight when has he ever backed down from controversy? Never, not ever. Seems like he wants it quiet because that's exactly why he wants it quiet. And if anybody else hasn't figured that out yet, they are absolutely living in that sort of cult mentality. That's it. I'm sorry. He said that it's turning to an ugly place out there. You made that ugly place. You fucking ultimate piece of human garbage and waste of fucking oxygen. You, sir, made that. Be proud of it. You're the one who fucking made it. You don't like all the hate when it's at you? How the fuck do you think other people feel when you're lying through your teeth about them to cover your own ass? I just can't feel bad for him. I have no ounce of giving a fuck for him at all. None. Because he's done it for the last 10 years to innocent, kind, generous, amazing human beings simply because he had some petty jealousy issue. They knew something he didn't want them to. He was like, had some sort of, he didn't like the person they were friends with. Like the most petty shit ever that he has destroyed people's lives over. Somebody paid him to write a story about someone they didn't like. The list goes on and on. It's gross. The glare will follow him, but make no mistake about this either. Ultimately, Aiden will flip on the glare and they won't be friends again either. Make sure you take note of this. Every person that surrounds him, he eventually turns around on. Every single one. The glare is no fucking different. And in time, he will be a victim of it too. Well, I mean, some X people are real. I got real friends on X that I know in real life. You know? Oh, he's saying not to go after the glare. Oh, or Norse Kimmer Meredith. What they do, they didn't do anything. I can't with the lies. See, that's what I'm talking about. Take your fucking tiny dinosaur arm somewhere else, sir. Spoon? Chat? Spoon? What spoon? I know I'm muted. Okay. Sorry. Down 200 and didn't know why. It's not 200. He lost over 2,000 the other day. So maybe he's down another 200. You don't know why? He said he didn't know why. Is he he knows why. I mean, the lies that come out of that dude. I can't. I fucking, it makes me so angry. You know? Oh, I know about his background before Reed. I've told everybody. Nobody listens, right? I've been telling people this for 2 fucking years. He listens. Oh, of course he's going in on JFK. You know what? I might not agree. Yes, I've heard of the whole Chili DeCastro stuff. Listen, I don't agree with JFK when it comes to Karen and her case, okay? But we can agree to disagree on that. I'm totally, can agree to disagree on that with other people. So, but what I can say is JFK was the only one, and I give him props for it. I give respect where it's due. He was the only one willing to start asking some fucking questions, and where he might have pandered a little in the beginning, because I will say he did pander a little to Aiden in the beginning there. After Aiden threatened him, he pandered a little. Like, bro, you know what the fuck's going on. Like, don't pander to this fucking piece of shit. So he pandered a little, but nonetheless, after that, he's the one who kept talking. Didn't shut him up, didn't stop him. And I thought for sure he was going to shut up, because these people don't want him talking. So he's going to shut up. I'm not going to shut up, but I for sure knew he was going to shut up. And he didn't, right? JFK did not back down. He was like, nope, fuck this. I see what you guys are trying to do, trying to shut me up. And then it became Aiden's personal, but all the excuses. Oh, well, it's his personal business. Who cares? Blah, 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 blah. Everyone fucking cares. He doesn't have personal business anymore. He made this public, okay? By doing all the things he has done with everyone else's life, even when they're not even true. He doesn't get, oh, this is private. That's not the fucking way it works, dude. Stop it. Stop it. So I give JFK credit, man. Like, he was the only one willing to ask some goddamn questions. And I give him props for it, because he knew, he had to know at least, he was going to get attacked by these people, right? He knew he's going to get shade. He knows he's going to get fucking attacked. And I say to him, like, if I had to say one thing to him, and I've never talked to the guy, or all 3 of them for that matter, but I would say, buckle up, because it's not going to stop anytime soon. Even when you think like, you're over that hump of people attacking you because he told them to, and he mentions your name, just know that he behind the scenes privately is sending his own troll accounts, other people he knows and works with who use troll accounts, and they're having their friends then come in and still attack you all over the place. So even when he shuts up publicly about you, or has gaps in between the times he talks about you, you're still going to have it full force. Just be prepared, my dudes. Just be prepared. And if you ever need advice on how to deal with it, my DMs are always open. We might not agree on Karen's case, but I can agree on the fact that no one deserves that shit. Nobody. I don't give a fuck who it is. Nobody deserves it, especially if not for, there's no reason. What reason? Because they said some shit that Aiden didn't want to hear, because he was never going to tell anybody the honest truth. There's a lot of honest truths that he needs to start fucking telling himself, because realistically, at this point, he's believing his own lies in his own head. He is literally that delusional where he will never say it out loud, because he's said it to himself so many times. He's in the point of believing it, Yeah, I knew about the whole Chili DeCastro thing, I mean, he's just a human fucking waste of oxygen, Oh, how many fundraisers have we done for Karen Reed? How much money did I? Oh, $1.1 million, Karen. And that's the other thing that she had a huge problem with. And part of the reason why she can't stand him is because he always used to, well, I made this much money for you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It was a collective of many creators. And in the beginning, I had a part in that. So no, a lot of fucking people raised that money. And to be fair, what was it used on? I don't believe it was used on all lawyers. Come on now. Like, it was used on some shit it probably shouldn't have been used on. But I digress. Nonetheless, I digress. I don't agree with Karen in her case, but I can agree that this guy's a fucking piece of shit. And he's going to keep attacking anybody who's going to talk about this. You know? Oh, he's hating on James Jackson. For what? What the fuck did James Jackson do? Once again, all he did was say some truth. And Aiden don't like it. He don't like what James Jackson. He don't like what Kevy Kev said. He don't like what, you know, what JFK said. And unfortunately for him, it's fucking true. Sorry, not sorry, my dude. Like, oh, but he told us it was a flat fee, right? Remember he said it was a flat fee? He's made well over what he's using on legal fees. He willingly started a civil suit of defamation to shut his own victim up. Now, if that cost him 50 grand, that's his own fucking problem. That's his own fucking problem. Keep racking up those charges, Aiden. Oh, I don't have fear. Maybe you haven't met me. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Twisted Tragedies, aka Elise, and all my fucks went that way a long time ago. All of my fucks flew that away and are gone. I'm a little fiery tonight just because he's such a piece of shit. There's so many people he's hurt. So many fucking innocent, kind, amazing, awesome people that he has hurt. And and not just him. Let me be very clear here. Okay. Let me be clear. Him and his fucking circle of minions, like Meredith for that matter. This whole picture of Meredith, this nice, beautiful, wonderful person. Wrong. Try again. I'll take that. Never fucking happened for 700, Alex. Okay. She pretends to be that person. Who she really is a very completely different fucking story. Okay. Actually, X numbers are very real. They go up and down as someone's watching. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's going up and down right now. If someone clicks on it to watch it, it is a view. If they click off of it and they're not watching it, it drops down. That's how it works. I mean, I'm using a streaming service to go through other, never mind. Never mind. He's fighting for his freedom. That's why she lost. Oh, I can't. His pastor, he's bringing out his pastor arrest and oh my God. Okay, so someone just tell JFK. I don't know how many of you watch JFK, right? I don't know how many of you watch JFK. But whoever is a fan of JFK in chat, please let him know that I said what I said. For, you know, what I just said, and let him know that more people than him have been asking questions for a really long time and is speaking out about the really vile, awful, terrible things Aiden's been doing, and no one listens. And just tell him, you know, that he's just gotta to buckle in. Like, this is how it's going to be for a long time, because Aiden's going to keep attacking to get you to shut up and go away. That's what he does. And he's going to do it behind closed doors, and he's going to do it publicly. He's going to do it both to try to get people to attack. And he's going to coordinate it with other creators he's friends with until he then turns on those creators eventually anyway. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. That's what it fucking is, you know? Yeah, not fighting for my innocence, my freedom. I mean, somebody should maybe message JFK. I'm sure he's watching, maybe, or James. I don't know. You guys have these people's Instagrams or Twitters or fucking Facebooks, but somebody should probably give them a heads up, right? Please. Please. I think it's the right thing to do. I mean, I myself, at some point, decided I was no longer going to listen to or watch anything he said about me. And I did that for my own fucking sanity. And I don't, because I could care less. He can say whatever he wants about me. He could say I'm the worst person on planet Earth, but anybody who actually knows me in real life knows that that's just not only a bunch of bullshit, but the complete opposite of who I am as an actual person. So it doesn't affect me what he says. You know, I don't care. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. I could care less. Some people want to hear it. Some people want to know what they're saying so that they can respond. My response is, I'm not fucking... My first response to him having a tantrum was, I'm not responding to an adult fucking tantrum. That was my first response, was I am not fucking responding to a goddamn adult fucking tantrum. Because that's what that is. A grown man having a tantrum about being caught in his own lies. And not taking accountability. And not taking responsibility. That's what that fucking is. That is what that fucking is. And it is. The glare is going to get turned on too. It's eventually going to happen. So I don't know why he thinks he's special. He's not special. Just like no woman who Aiden's ever been with is special. Meredith isn't special. He fucking threatened her already. Yeah, she's real special. She's being threatened into silence. Yeah. Oh, and I mean, here, like I said, at least Flippa owned what he did and took some responsibility and accountability. Aiden can never do that. It's going to get real ugly. It's going to continue to get ugly. Uglier and uglier, you know? It's unfortunate. Sunlight. You know? Calling them snakes. Why? Because they ask questions about real life shit. They're snakes because they brought out something that you didn't want the world to fucking know? Come on. Come on. No, he did not. Listen, I am a proud person who was an addict at once in my life, okay? And let me be clear here. My choice of drug was heroin, opiates, okay? And I have the scars to prove it. I've been sober 18 years. I don't give a fuck if he was a meth addict, crackhead, alcoholic. I don't give a shit. It's who he is today, right now that matters, not who he was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, fucking 6 months ago. I don't give a shit. It's who you are right this minute. Nobody gets to judge you. And maybe Aiden should deal more with his own severe drug issues of Adderall, allegedly, than worrying about someone else who made it out of addiction. Just saying. Just saying. Get off that fucking Adderall, my dude. Allegedly. And maybe worry about that before you talk about other people who are in sobriety. The fuck out of here. No, I think he doesn't seem to understand that now you're starting to fuck with people that give zero fucks, right? Dude, again, in that courthouse that day, I chose violence. And I am very well aware that I was surrounded by COs and I gave this many fucks. You're dealing with people who have been arrested and sat in a cell before, and you think it's the smartest idea to run your fucking cum catcher? Not a very smart guy. Not a fucking very smart fucking guy. You know? Not a smart guy. Well, that's what he's trying to do, by the way. Rage bait, get the hate watchers, because that's how he gets most of his views. Make no mistake, hate watchers are how he gets most of his views. I mean, I got a bunch of hate watchers right now. You can see them. It is what it is. There's 1,632 people watching, 15 of which 1,500 of them are on X. Like, he's going to keep doing it. It's deplorable. It's disgusting. He's God's gift. No. Bro, JFK doesn't. Nobody needs you on their show, dude. We can build our own shows and our own communities. We don't want yours. Yours is a fucking cesspool of hate and anger, dude. Nobody wants that. No one wants that. He is going to fuck around and find out real quick. Ugh. You know, I'm fired up because of all of the victims that I have daily conversations with. I have had to sit there while they bawled their eyes out, while they have like the most horrible moments of their life, and be that person for them that they know that like it's going to be okay. I've got your back. There is some, and for me, when this happened to me, there was nobody. There was nobody. There was no me to help me, right? People were too afraid to publicly say, like, we know that that's not true, Aiden, and we know that that's a lie. But people were afraid. People would text me privately and message me and be like, I'm sorry, Elise, I can't say anything because he'll come for me, right? People were too afraid to speak up. I have never been afraid to speak up, and I will never be that person that shuts my mouth and goes away when something fucking bad and shitty is happening. I will be that voice for the people who feel like they can't speak for themselves. I don't give a fuck what that piece of shit has to say. He can say, rant and rave, call me whatever. He can call me, oh, she used to be a stripper. Yep, I sure was for 10 years. I loved the acrobatics and dancing. And then I went on to teach pole dancing classes. Absolutely fucking loved it. Yep, sure was. Been very open about that. I'm now 39 years old with 3 children. One who is terminally ill. We get older. We move on. You learn things. But clearly, as a 44-year-old man, you have learned absolutely not a single thing, Aiden. You are still stuck in the mentality of a child. That's sad. You need help, dude. And I don't think there's any help in the world that can help this guy. Literally none. Listen, when he decided to do that, when it came to me, I made myself a promise that I would never just pack up and go the fuck away, because that's what he wants, right? He does not want me to tell anybody any truth I know about him. He does not want me. He attacks me still to this day because he knows I make it public that I help his victims. And he knows that. And he also knows I'm friends with a couple of his ex-girlfriends, and that fucking arranges him. Leah is one of my very dear close friends. Kara is one of my very dear close friends. Lindsay is a friend. These are friends of mine who I know on a very personal level. Each woman amazing in their own way. Each woman not deserving of what he fucking did to them. Okay? And that burns him hard. Hard. Because he knows I know a lot more than other people do. And if people start listening to me, then guess what? Then guess what? He's in some serious fucking trouble. He may lose a lot. And he does not want that. He does not want that. Yeah, I don't have an email either. I don't know if they even have email. You know, some creators choose not to have emails for, you know, they don't want to answer a bunch of emails. But listen, I've never met them. I don't know them. I've never had a conversation with them. I don't even know if they know who I am. But I mean, come on. It's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, we knew this would happen, and I'm sure they were prepared for this. But let's get real. This is some clown shit. This is some clown shit, right? Like, how many more clowns you got in the clown car, Aiden? How many? They just keep popping out? More fucking clowns popping out of the goddamn clown car? Like, fuck, man. I've been calling it for a long fucking time. You know what I'm saying? There. Okay. All right. Well, as long as they know, that's all that matters. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Well, that's my point. That's kind of my point, right? Like, if I would go, that's exactly what I would do. You want to play that game? I'll fucking snipe that shit right now, and I'll go live right now. People are going to want to hear what I have to say about you if you're talking about me, and then I immediately go live. If I was him, that's exactly what I would fucking do. You know, but again, they run in like a three person like panel, so they have to all be ready to go live, you know. Well, then. Anybody get screenshots? Oh God, somebody say you got screenshots. Fanboy. He does fanboy. It's like, how is that not emasculating to fanboy over someone who else is on YouTube? Like, build your own shit, bro. Don't fucking fanboy over him, dude. Like, especially don't pander. Like, people do turn their lives around, and they should be applauded for that. Okay, I find it funny that the man who hasn't had a real job since 2011, somewhere around there, and who was walked off school property, okay, and they both signed NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, about it, because he sexually harassed a minor child at a fucking football game. So I'd really like to know who the grifter is here. He needs to point that finger back at himself and look in a goddamn fucking mirror. Most other creators at least put time, energy into what they create, into the content that they're bringing to people. They do research. They talk to sources. They go down and get court documents. He doesn't do any of that. Everybody gives it to him. He doesn't have to do and doesn't do any of that. He doesn't know what real fucking work looks like. He takes gossip and he runs with it. That's it. That's it. That's all he does. Who is he calling a fucking grifter? At least fucking JFK has music that he's done for a long time. At least the dude was in radio for a long time, as far as I understand. So, I mean, who the fuck, like, pot meat kettle? Like, what the? Ridiculous. Well, that's a shock now, isn't it? You know what? To be fair, he does cry. He does, like a baby back bitch. He does, like a baby back bitch. He cries when he gets all worked up and he's upset. Instead of he could have got on that live stream and said, you know what, guys, I made a mistake. I did something I'm not proud of, and I apologize. And even though that wouldn't have been the truth, that he was actually sorry, because he's not, and that he did something that he would never do again, not true either. He will do it again. Even though that might not have been true, at least maybe some of the people watching him would have believed it and been like, okay, we can move past this. This isn't going to help him. It's not going to, you know, not going to. Yeah, I mean, I get exactly why they were, because clearly she didn't trust anybody else at that point. I mean, I wouldn't trust any of those fucking idiots. I mean, the JFK guys are from Boston. I'm from here, obviously. Those guys are from Boston, just like, you know, I am. We're from Boston, right? And they clearly have been They've lived the streets, right? I've lived the streets myself. So I can understand where some people might be turned off by the music or the atmosphere, but other people understand it. Other people who have lived in poverty, they've lived the life of living in the projects or near the projects and in that shitty part of town where everyone's like, fucking struggling, right? Especially if any of them have ever been addicts. I mean, come on, that speaks for itself. Who the fuck is Aiden to disparage anybody about anything? His whole entire life is a giant fucking dumpster fire. A huge fucking dumpster fire. And he has the audacity to talk about anyone else in their life. To me, that's so fucking tone deaf. Take your own fucking inventory, guy. When? Oh, Aiden punked out. Yeah, the last one. But I'm talking about the stream before. I think it was the one before that or two before that. I've only watched 3 total. So it was either the one before that, and they pandered a little. I have to be honest, you know? I know, but I just don't want to do all that all the time. I do have people who watch on X for a reason, right? Because they tell me privately. So it's like, I might do that for the next stream where it's only YouTube. I might. People just assume that you can see all their names when they come in on YouTube. That's the other thing, and they don't want other people to see it, but that's not the case. Other people cannot see your name. Oh yeah, women are his main target, you know? Yes, absolutely. If you would like to donate to the channel, there are a bunch of different ways to do so. We would appreciate it. There's over 1,661 people watching. Even if you're from X, you can still donate too. If you would like to, you can do PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Revolut. We have a link in the chat. It's also in the description of the video here on YouTube that you can use to use a credit or debit card because we needed that option for other people. All of that and our wish lists are in the description of our video. We appreciate it. Again, we're a small channel, so we only get by when you guys donate. And if you guys don't donate, then we don't get by, right? So we appreciate when you do. And I will check in a minute. I think my phone was on vibrate, so I don't think I felt anything more vibrate, but I will check just to make sure. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either, you know? Yeah, I heard about that. Unfortunately, yeah, he's definitely going to be pissed about that because he's pissed other people are making money and it's not him. Make no mistake. He gets very upset when other people have things or get things that he wants, you know? Cosgrove, nothing. He's still on the case. He's still on the case. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I have to respond to this. Okay. Thanks, Barbarelli. Appreciate you. Barbarelli sends $5 and says, what a great show. Right? Can you explain that to me? I don't understand it. Content creators calling each other grifters. It makes no fucking sense. This is how we make a living. Why is that hard? And like, why? I don't get it. It really doesn't make any sense to me. Content creators make their money through content, right? That's their job. And some people can say, that's not a job. It is a job, right? No, never. He'll never apologize to anybody ever. Even when he's wrong, even when he's proven wrong, even when he has paperwork in his face, he will never, ever apologize. He'll never retract, he'll never apologize, nothing. He is a man, baby. You are right, Rosewater. Yeah, of course he did. Of course he did, because he wanted to get his face out there and wanted other people's audiences to come to his, you know? Yeah, he did cry. He lied for the longest time about crying in jail, and he forgets that some of us have friends who work in the prison. Again, I worked in a prison for the criminally insane here in Massachusetts, and so I have friends that still work in the prison system, and he cried. He cried the first fucking 3 days, like banging on his cell door for multiple times, and finally they had to tell him like to shut the fuck up, that it's not a hotel. Like, there's no like you banging on the cell and we're gonna come over and give you what you want. Like, this is not a fucking hotel, my dude. Okay, there's no goddamn hotel. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just sending somebody my email. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I won't give him a view. So, you know, I refuse. I fucking refuse. Well, yeah, I mean, fucking basically, that's the thing, right? Like, I saw that part too. I definitely saw that part. And then he went out, gave Claire the fucking link, and did like a sneaky backdoor thing because what he wanted was someone else to go in there and fight his battle for him. That's what he wanted. Oh, he's the reason for everything. He broke the story. Pat on the back. Wah, wah, wah. It's the same fucking 10 things he says every time, you know? Interesting. I wonder if we can get that shit shut down because I don't know what there's, as far as I understand, isn't it just Richie doing this quote documentary? Because as far as I understood, none of the documentary makers would touch him with a 10-foot pole for a damn good reason. None of them. Oh my God. Yes, that's right. Chili did cry. I forgot about that. Well, you know what, Sharon? Good for you. Good for you for speaking for people who are too afraid, because I can bet you, I'll tell you right now, that there are a lot of people who appreciate that you said that, because there are a lot of people who are just too afraid. They are just too afraid to say it. So freaking good for you. Like, seriously, good for you. Like, good for you, Sharon, because you spoke for some voices tonight that felt like they couldn't speak for themselves. And that's why I come. That's why I talk about some of this stuff when I need to, because there are so many other people who come to me and are like, I can't, Elise. I'm too afraid. Like, what do I do? I can't. I don't have it in me. You're brave. And I'm like, I'm not brave. I'm not brave. I'm just a human. But I've been doing volunteer advocacy work, which is speaking up for other people, for 18 years. I'm good at it, right? It's something I've been really good at for a really long time. Speaking up for other people when something isn't being done that's supposed to be done, or they're being bullied, or something's happening to them that shouldn't. I'm the one that steps in and speaks up. So it's something I've been good at for a really long time. And I've heard like, oh, I wish I was like you. You can be. You can be. You can be. It's the fear that stops people. It's fear, right? I'm not afraid of Aiden. He does not scare me. He's a punk bitch. Just to be clear here. He's a baby back bitch. Okay? He is a bitch. The man cowers. He's afraid of women. All right? He went to the courthouse twice, and he's afraid of Kay Peter, and he's afraid of Lindsay Catani, and he's afraid of women now, right? How emasculating. But he is a baby back bitch. Yep, I said it. And he does not scare me. There is nothing he can say or do to me that he didn't already say to harm me. And he can say whatever he wants, doesn't make it true. And that's what people need to understand. The words coming out of his mouth doesn't make it true just because he said it. Because he said it 57 times does not make it fucking true. Okay? And anybody who actually knows me in real life knows that it's complete nonsense. People have literally messaged me and be like, dude, I just watched this guy for the first time and he was literally talking about you. And I literally laughed. I almost peed myself laughing, because the way he was trying to describe you was like the complete opposite of who you are as a person. And I found it extremely fucking funny. And I'm sorry that he went off on you, Sharon, because nobody should have to have that kind of abuse. But good for fucking you, Sharon. Good for you. Aw, Jethro, just being a cutie pie cutie. Jethro, can you hear me? Does he perk up his ears? Jethro. He is a fuck around part of fuck around and find out. You can say that again, Case. Oh yeah, by the way, this whole I like free speech bullshit, it's all bullshit. He blocks a ton of people on Facebook, on his chat. He does not like people telling him about himself. He doesn't, not even just that. If you go in and say, you know what, I just don't agree with you on that, and you're respectful about it, and you're like, you know what, I get your point, but I don't, I think you might be a little off there on that point. He will tirade you, block you, and then tell you that you're also still going to send him money. It's fucking insane. Like, if you don't realize that that person is not well and is an unhinged individual, then like maybe you're unhinged yourselves. The people that continue to follow him and like cheer this on are part of the problem, I'm glad he saw it too. That's fucking awesome, Sharon. And no, you don't deserve that. Nobody does. But I am glad that you said it, you know? Well, he does hide behind a camera. But here's the thing. You can't hide behind a camera in front of people who don't give a fuck about your camera. I will fucking stomp that thing out. I don't give 2 fucks about your goddamn camera. Matter of fact, I'll smile. I'm on camera. I don't give a fuck about your camera. Your camera means absolutely nothing. I was in a courthouse. Think I give a fuck about a camera? You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're fucking with people who don't care about cameras, dude. Like, you're going after JFK. Do you think he cares about a camera? You know what I mean? Your dumbass fucking what? Nobody cares about your dumbass camera, bro. Like, strap that thing to your chest. He does. Definitely does. You know? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I wouldn't say I'm brave. I'm just a human. Right? I'm just a human, just like you guys. I'm an everyday person, just like you guys are everyday people. And I'm just doing what I think is right. And what I have been thought is right for since 2023. Right? And he doesn't get to harm this many people and then keep playing victim himself. That's called Darvo. And narcissists do it a lot. And he's a narcissist. So you know, stands to reason he's going to keep doing it. But most victims know I am always here for them. I get many messages from people from both sides of the Karen Read case because they know I'm a safe person to come to. I'm not going to disseminate their information. I'm not going to share with people. I'm not going to send screenshots. I'm not going to record them like he does. And I'm not going to tell anybody that they came to me. I'm not going to tell anybody because it's nobody's business. They're victims, right? They deserve that kind of anonymity. And it doesn't matter if they're from the Karen Read side or not. They deserve help too. Right? Nobody deserves this. The shit he does, no one deserves it. And he has no problem about lying about people. It's his main thing. If he doesn't have enough content, he will just lie. If he needs to destroy someone so nobody talks truth about him, this is what he does. You know? It's just fucking a thing. Like, that's who he is. Right? Cheese, motherfucker! Take my picture. I am not. You shut your mouth. You shut the hole in your face. Mark said, FYI, Karen Reed's an alcoholic, drunk, driving, murdering, gaslighting, evil, vile propagandist. Thank you. Tell us how you really feel, Mark. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you, Mark. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. You know, and it's unfortunate because this whole shenanigans of Aiden attacking people and like he's doing to JFK right now. And don't be surprised when he keeps blaming Jess Machado for the screenshot because he will keep blaming her. And then eventually that'll be a blowout as well. It'll go on and on and on and on and on and on. Well, no, because Will can't read court documents. He can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not his strong suit, right? A lot of these people don't know shit about the legal system. Even some of the attorneys who do these cases, some of them are civil attorneys that know nothing about criminal law. I have caught some of these attorneys saying things that are not true like a billion times. And I'm like, how do you not know that if you practice criminal law? How do you fucking not know that? Why do I have to correct you? I shouldn't have to correct you. You took the bar, right? You should fucking know. But don't give your audience information that you know isn't true or that you should know isn't true as an attorney. Like, come on, man. My thing is, I can take those court documents, I can read them, read the legalese in them, and break it down in a way that everyone can understand. And that is something I've been good at for a really long time because, again, I love the law. So there's a reason. My audience likes the way I'm able to break it down in easy, digestible ways for them. They like to follow cases with me because we have a great time in the chat, right? We do the cases, we sit through trials, and everybody gets to sort of give a point. And we all have conversations before or after, during lunch, during sidebars, or in regular streams like this about what's going on with the case, what do we think is going to happen next? Or maybe I can explain, you know, like for instance, when Alan Jackson first came in, they were like, well, how is he here? Is a different attorney from a different state? Well, that's called pro hac vice, right? Like you're practicing under another attorney's license and that attorney essentially is sponsoring you to be in this state and practice on their license, right? So I had to explain that to people, but now I've explained it to people and now they'll know watching another trial what pro hac vice is. They'll know that. When they say that in court, people will know what that means, right? Like, that's important to me. That's important to me. And it's important to my audience. Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's not going to have any coattails to ride any fucking more. There's nobody left for him to ride. You know? Eventually, people figure it out. If you're disingenuous and you're a fucking liar, people will figure it out. There will always be people that continually follow some of these scumbags. And it's unfortunate. It really fucking is unfortunate. But eventually, they will figure out who these people are in real life. It's gross, but it is what it is, you know? I know, right? Like, I hate to try to, like, correct them, but when you're giving out false information, I have to, bro, you know? You probably would. See, that's the thing, right? His sheep clapping away and enjoying it. It's like, do you guys not realize in your pea brain that the next time you disagree with him, that is you? Sharon is now you. What part of that are you not digesting in your brain? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I really, really don't. You know? I don't get what they don't get. It's not hard. You don't need to bring Albert Einstein back from fucking his grave to realize who this person is. He's still talking about JFK. Oh my, can't. I literally cannot. He does. Well, again, that ego, that self-worth of his, it's a narcissistic trait, my love. It's a narcissistic trait. All right. I love your stinking faces. I am going to wrap this up because I have to pee like really bad right now. And I've also been on for 3 hours and a half. And I need to go eat dinner because I'm like really hungry. So I am going to jump like on X because I need to go read stuff that I haven't read all day. But we have a live stream in the morning, right? We have our Sunday live stream tomorrow morning. And I am excited to do our Sunday Fun Day live stream because it's more laid back. And we just kind of talk about whatever everybody wants to talk about. And we joke and we have some ha-ha funnies and, you know, swiper, no swiping. We're not going to be swiper, no swiping tomorrow. All right. Bring your backpack. Load it up with all the knickknacks too. Bring your backpack. Don't be wiretapping people though. Don't put that in your backpack. Don't do that. I mean, I blocked him a long time ago just in case he didn't block me. I wanted him blocked, you know. You were right. You're always going to be right. Now that you see who he is, it's, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to nail it every time. He's not a hard person to figure out either. He's just not. He's not for free speech. He's only for his speech. Yeah. Free speech for he, but never the. Exactly, Rose. It's only his speech he likes, not everybody else's. Not everyone else's. All right. I love your stinking faces per usual. And you know what? I am. Holly said that I need to put the, there they go. All the fucks that I gave, they're gone. I need to put that on a t-shirt. So I say I will figure out a way to make that work on a t-shirt, Holly, or a sweatshirt. I totally will do that in the merch store. If you'd like to make a donation to the channel and you watch us, you know, on the restream, my restream crew, the replay crew there, or you want to do it now and you just don't want me to see it until after the show. You want to remain anonymous, so you don't want to do it till after the show. I mean, you can remain anonymous even during the show. You just have to write A or ANON, or if it's Cash App, you do the little face with the $ tongue and you'll remain anonymous. And some people I just know automatically to say anonymous. So if you'd like to do that, you can do that one of these ways. We have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Revolut, Chime. All of the information is here, right here, and in the description of the video. And then there's the link at the top of the chat. It's pinned up there. That is for credit or debit cards you can use for all over the world. It works for. And then somebody told me the Walmart wish list link isn't working, so I'll have to fix that. But the Amazon one is, and I get a bunch of Halloween stuff that I need to get for the Halloween party for the kids. And hint, hint, nudge, nudge. If anybody wants to buy some of that stuff, I'd greatly appreciate it. But I will see you guys in the morning. All y'all butts better be in your chairs in the morning. Make sure you get your coffee and you're ready, because I want to do it a little early tomorrow. I don't want to wait until like 11:30 like I usually do. I want to do like 10. How Lindsay's a scammer? Okay, cool. I don't know how Lindsay could have ever scammed anything on planet Earth. She hasn't. She's not. So that's fucking absurd. But of course he called her that, because everyone is. I told you. That's what he calls everyone. It's absurd. Everybody's crazy and everybody's a scammer. That's what he says. You know, everybody's a junkie, scammer, crazy person. But I'm thinking if I wake up early enough, because I like to try to sleep in on Sundays. But if I wake up early enough, I'm thinking 10:30. If not, then I guess we'll stick with 11:30. But I will put something up in the morning, so obviously you guys will see it about what time. And I love your stinking faces, and I will see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye.